what? That's the wrong music because that's the Fox NFL music. And tonight, the Bucs game is going to be on Monday Night Football on ABC/ESPN. You know, I just don't have that on my quick push button bar here, you know? All I have is the NFL on Fox. You know, I want to start talking like the guy that does, I wish I had some examples. You know, the guy that does like the sponsor reads on the CBS games.
Right.
And by FedEx.
He's a little
brought to you by Nissan. The guy sounds like this. You know what I'm talking about?
He knows how to drag it out.
A little too affected on that delivery.
Just a wee bit affected. The guy that does the sponsorship listings on CBS. Brought to you by Papa John's.
No. The new pizza of the NFL, MJ.
What is that?
Little Caesars.
Oh, brought to you by Little Caesars. You know what? I might be underperforming that, to be quite honest.
Yeah, he can hold on his vowels and his consonants.
The whole thing. It sounds like he's trying to pinch one. I don't know what is going on there. I don't. But Michelle gets angry at me whenever we watch any of the games on CBS during the regular season. Whatever sponsors the guy reads out, because they do it like I think 4 times a game. I think it might be like every quarter.
Right.
You know, they'll have like a wide shot of the stadium or some kind of out of focus shot of a cheerleader and some graphics on the screen. And the guy on CBS talks like this. Brought to you by American Airlines. All right, is that enough?
I'm just getting started. I'm settling in. I was just saying, all right, I'm comfortable in my chair now. I want to hear this longer.
All right, so, hey, Andrew, did you pull up the Monday Night Football theme by any chance? No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it because it's a long show. We're going to need it a little later.
Yeah, we probably will. Hey, so 8:15 is kickoff. Is that real? Is that true time?
Yeah.
So 8:15 should be, because sometimes the kickoffs have been like 8:20, I think, for Monday Night Football. So 8:15 for Monday Night Football. Where the heck is it?
It's in your first column, almost all the way down.
Hold on a sec.
Back page. Go back a page.
Go back there.
First column, 5 down.
Oh, right there. Oh, here we go. All right, here it is. All right, so tonight at Raymond James Stadium, the Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, Andrew, did you check the line on this? What is the prediction, or what are the odds?
Last I saw was Dallas by 2.5.
Ooh. I mean, that's not terrible, but
generally for playoff games, the home team gets the nod on the odds.
Yeah. So Dallas by 2.5 is the last line that Andrew, our producer, saw. All right, folks, welcome. This is the MJ Morning Show, 6:05 here on Monday morning, the Federal Observation Day for Martin Luther King Jr. Yesterday, I think, was the actual birth date of MLK. And if I'm not mistaken, if he were still alive, and it would have been feasible if he were not assassinated, he would be, I believe, 94 years old, which, you know, this day and age, so he was born January 15th, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. And, I mean, 94 years old. I mean, hey.
There's a lot of 94-year-olds out there when you start looking for them.
Bob freaking Barker from The Price is Right. He's still ticking. And that dude, he's like, I think he's 99. Check Bob Barker. Is Bob Barker 98? Let's play the high-low game, all right?
He's 99. We just talked about this the other day, I feel like.
Yeah, Bob Barker, just check. How old is Bob Barker right now? Is he 98 or 99?
99.
Wow, that's right. Bob Barker turned 99 on December 12th, it looks like. Man, play the high-low gamer. Hey, how much longer will Bob Barker live?
Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I mean, do we know, is he still like coherent? Is Bob Barker, is he still like cogent? Is he conscious?
Every time he needs a bedpan change, he's like, "Come on down, nurse."
Yeah, I'm just looking at his photo, and I'm just saying he looks a lot like Prince Philip looked towards the end there.
Oh, Prince Philip didn't make it to 100. Remember, he checked out at 99. It's like, man, if you get all the way to 99, why can't you just make it to 100?
Yeah, Betty White.
Yeah, you got it all wrong.
There's another one. But there you go. Betty White, who was cursed by People Magazine because People Magazine put out the happy birthday Betty White, happy 100, and then she died before she actually hit 100.
Now, if you make
what the hell do I have wrong?
99, 99 and a half, you're wishing you were dead at 92.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, my God.
That is not true.
Just kill me now.
That is not true at all.
Nurse, just sit on my pillow.
But what good things happen after 90? I mean,
is that like what? Nothing good happens after 2 in the morning? Is that it?
I mean, it's really all downhill from there.
I think I mentioned this like a month or two ago. When I cracked my screen on my Pixel 6 Pro, when I did the bat it and swat it on the floor move.
Yeah.
See, that's the worst thing you can do. Is if you're dropping your cell phone. No, I'm in a good case. I've got what's this thing? I'm impressed with this case. It's really taken a lot of hits. But one of the things that I've warned people about doing is the cell phone SWAT catch. And what that is, if you're dropping your phone and you try to do some kind of a magic move to like think you can swipe it quickly out of midair. And what I did was when I tried to do the quick swipe grab before my phone hit the ground, I ended up propelling the phone 9 times faster to the ground.
Your hands becomes like a racket, like a tennis racket. So you're almost volleying it into the ground.
That's a very, very good analysis or comparison. So my phone was face down on my tile floor, my stone floor in my kitchen, and it was screened down when I did that. Try to grab it in midair, like I'm some kind of Matrix kind of character, and I ended up pushing it like 9 times faster into the floor, and it just shattered. So when I went to the You Break I Fix It place on 4th Street in St. Pete,
right, which
they did a really good job. That's who the insurance was through. I only paid like $29. But I think I probably paid $7,000 in insurance coverage on my phone and so forth. So, but they did a really good job fixing the phone. It was like fast, like 38 minutes or something. And they had a TV screen in the waiting area right up front, and they were running the Price is Right Bob Barker channel from Freevee. I think Freevee, the Amazon free TV thing. They have that thing on in the lobby, and I'm watching old Bob Barker episodes of The Price is Right from like the 70s and 80s. And I think I mentioned this, how obnoxious Bob Barker really was to the contestants. I mean, it was like he was trying to, like he was entertaining himself.
Yes.
How obnoxious can I be to these contestants? But anyway, no one's better than Bob Barker. And I'm sorry, Drew Carey, man. You might have been fine with that lady with the crazy makeup and the Drew Carey show, but I'm sorry, The Price is Right. It's just not The Price is Right with Drew Carey. All right, we're just getting rolling here, folks. It is a busy Monday. Again, Bucks and Dallas Cowboys tonight at Ray J. Oh, something was said on TV. I was flipping through news last night, and I think it might have been Fox 13 News at 10 o'clock. And after the football game last night, after the NBC game, I went back to my TiVo because I record all the news. And I just want to say, hey, let me see what Fox 13 did at 10 o'clock and see what's in the news. And there's one news story. I'm like, really? Really? All right. Hold on. I'll explain what that is next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. No traffic reports today on MLK Day. 6:10, and we're back in minutes. MJ Morning Show, Q105.
A new clinic.
MJ Morning Show, Q105. All right, it is the MJ broadcast with me, MJ and Fester, Roxanne today. Andrew, our producer in the house. Mega Millions, one freaking winning ticket on Saturday night. Was it Saturday night or Friday night? I'm sorry, Friday night. Saturday, late Friday night into Saturday morning is when it was announced that there was like one winning ticket in Maine. Yeah, I think we were watching a movie. We watched a kooky, crazy movie on Friday night.
Ooh, what was it?
I forgot the name of it. But hold on. But hang on. But I'll look it up. Hang on, let me write this. Let me write this down. Michelle didn't like it, but I liked it. I liked it. So I'll tell you what that is later on. All right, couple of things. I have a surprise coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. 8 o'clock this morning, there's a little bit of a surprise. In fact, let me hold up this envelope. Okay?
Ooh.
Okay. Magic envelope?
I'm going to hold up this envelope, and what I'm holding it up actually to the MJ TV camera. So the MJ TV camera is on because we are live today. This is Monday, the 16th of January, 2023, and I'm holding this up to the camera, and I'm holding a plain white, was this a number 10 business envelope kind of, right? Is that what they call it? Number 10 business. Mm-hmm. And what does it say?
You apparently had a second grader come in and write, open at 8 a.m. on the MJ Morning Show.
It says open at 8 a.m. on the MJ Morning Show. So this morning at 8 a.m., we will open up this envelope. Stand by. So I was talking about TV, and after the Sunday night football game last night, Michelle's really into the weekend football. We watched football all day yesterday.
All the games were good.
I took a 5-mile walk with the dogs kind of in the middle of the second game, like the 4 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle just stayed on the couch, and I took the dogs for a hour and 20-minute 5-mile walk. And I don't know. The early game, the 1 o'clock game, then the 4 o'clock game, then the 8 o'clock. That's too much for me. I'm sorry. A couple of the games were actually pretty good.
All of them were good.
Because this past season there were a lot of complaints that some of the football games during the regular season were just awful. You had the commentators even commenting on how bad some of those football games were. So I take the dogs for a walk. Michelle's, watching football. She talk about a couch potato. She was on a couch a whole day. Whole damn day yesterday, she's on the couch. So after the 8 o'clock game, I went back to my DVR, my TiVo, and I just flipped on the Fox 13 10 o'clock news from last night just to check out the headlines. And, with our cold snap that's going on again, I wanted to see I wanted to see the little 10-day forecast to see when the temperatures normalize this week. And, one of the top stories was, the Buccaneers playing Monday night, and just a warning about traffic. And there was a whole story on, and they're interviewing people, and you're being told to avoid Dale Mabry, avoid.
Really?
That is every home game. It's like,
no. Traffic is going to be traffic.
What changes? Nothing's going to change. In fact, with it being Martin Luther King Jr. Observation Day today, the traffic might actually be less because of the businesses that are closed.
Yeah, it's true.
You might actually have fewer cars, but I just thought it was kind of strange. It's like suddenly this traffic problem just popped up out of nowhere on Dale Mabry and Himes, and the roads on MLK, which is very fitting for today, and what is it, Tampa Bay
Boulevard,
yeah, exactly.
all the way up to Hillsborough.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a whole story, and I'm like, what? Oh, wow, what a shocker. The traffic is going to be heavy around the stadium. Duh.
Yes.
It was like, this is the first time ever. That's what caught me off guard. That's what I'm talking. It was like the story last night on Fox 13 on the 10 o'clock news was like, suddenly, out of nowhere, there's going to be traffic at a Bucs home game. Oh my God, what a shot. When did this happen? I am so surprised. I can't believe this. I mean, I you know what I said to myself? I said to Michelle,
I'm shocked at this information.
I had no idea.
Shocked.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Andrew's trying to get in. Yes.
Yes, are these the same geniuses who tell us that there's going to be extra security downtown for Gasparilla?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think I mentioned that last
That
week.
was last week, the press conference with all the police flexing for Gasparilla security. I'm like, they're here every year.
It's the same thing. And listen, we support law enforcement, but there was like a big story last week.
Oh.
About, I mentioned this on the program. There's like this big news story. All the news channels are reporting that the security is going to be, in effect this year at Gasparilla. Police are going to be on the ground, on the water, in the air. I'm like, that has always been the case. Why is this? Why is this like being, brought to us like it's breaking news? It's every year. It's the same thing for
Roxanne,
Gasparilla security.
Why is it different this year than every other year?
Tell me.
Because 1,000 new people are moving to Florida every day, right? Isn't that the crazy statistic? So there are new people down here that don't know about our crazy
just
down
sounds
Maybrick
like-
traffic.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
And they all
sounds
watch the news
That
and they're
sounds
all
like
waiting to
realtor
find-
jibber jab right there.
So, just incredible breaking news, which I never would have known, that there's going to be traffic near Ray J for Monday Night Football tonight with the Cowboys and the Bucks, and that there's going to be heavy security at the Gasparilla Parade coming up.
Oh, good.
Police are going to be on the ground, they're going to be on the water, and they're going to be in the air. I would never have even guessed that in a million years. I would have thought that there would be no law enforcement there at all.
If police
Totally just what?
if they wanted to thwart the bad guys,
Yeah.
they should say, you know what? We're taking this year off, but still be there and have their presence there, and then catch them. All the bad guys be like, hey, see the news? Cops aren't going to be there this year.
Yeah. Hey, I have some other additional breaking news, which I will reveal later. Why are you convulsing over there? What are you
scratching
doing?
my arm. I was scratching my arm. I hit the. I guess when I opened the front door this
I
morning.
can't see below like your nose.
There. So when I walked in the front door this
yeah.
morning, I brushed my arm against like the key lock area, and it kind of left an abrasion. So I'm just rubbing it.
Oh, like the rough skin, like took sandpaper on your skin?
Yeah,
that kind of thing?
That's it.
All right, I have a little bit of breaking news, personal breaking news, which I'll get to later on.
When?
And all right, that's fair enough. Let me say 7:30.
Okay.
Okay, breaking 7:30, and some individuals that are monitoring the show right now, you might already know. That's all I'll say. That some that are taking in the MJ Morning Show, you might already know what that breaking news is. So as I deepen the mystery, yep. Hey, let me ask you a question. We have our building over here in the Koger Center. It's, what do they call it now? I don't even know what the hell our office park is called. Bayport, Baypoint,
Baypoint.
Baywatch. What is it? It's going to call we're at Baywatch.
We're at Baywatch.
I like that better.
We're in Baywatch. And so our building is right across from this like Progressive Insurance building.
Right. Yeah.
And they've got a big Progressive sign out there. Why do I see no cars in that parking lot ever?
Because it's a front.
It's a big mafia front. It's big
It's a movie set.
That's where Flo lives, right?
Yeah.
No, but have you noticed that?
So
There was a big now I know with the pandemic that a lot of places went remote.
That's my guess.
But why do they? The pandemic started. It'll be 3 years. The pandemic started 3 years ago. Coming up this March. So the question is, if nobody works in that Progressive Insurance building across the street, why the hell do they still maintain, unless they signed like some kind of ridiculous lease or something?
That could be possible. Also, who knows what they house in there? May have a lot of computer hardware that they can't easily move. It might be doing a purpose just by being there.
I think we'd be surprised how many businesses had people work at home and they still work at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
For
know that there are businesses now that are saying, hey, time to come back to work. Was it Disney? I think Disney recently said that you got to come back to work at least 4 days a week, but that's starting to happen. And I think it's healthy. Get the hell out of the house. But the reason why I'm bringing a Progressive is I never see any cars, which I think Progressive's biggest insurance is like automobile coverage.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest insurance they write, and there are never any cars over there. And this morning, I'm pulling into the parking lot. This is odd. This is strange. As I'm pulling into our complex, where our building is right across from the Progressive building, we're in the business park near. We're like behind, right behind like Glory Days.
Yeah.
And we're back
There's
in there.
a tire place.
Exactly. So we're near Gandy and 4th here in St. Pete.
Some really, really accurate. We're right behind the Glory Days and the tire place.
Right. Exactly.
Behind the tree.
All right.
There's
Next
a curve
to the
there.
tree. Yes. It's next to the tree.
By the traffic light.
But speaking of Progressive, this is odd. So I'm pulling in, and we've got no cars in our parking lot this morning. We're the only morning show live this morning in our complex. And as I'm pulling in, I notice another car pulls in. I'd never have seen this car before in my life. And it was like a red SUV looking thing. And I'm like, who's that? I've never seen that car. And they proceed to get out of the car, and I'm watching. I don't know who this is. I also got my hand ready. So I don't know who this is. And they park on the side of our lot and then walk all the way through our parking lot, across the street, and then over to the Progressive building. There are 100 empty spots over there. Why would they park over on the side of our building and walk all the way? Why would they do that?
Oh, man.
I don't know why. It's a mystery. I don't get it.
For
All right.
nefarious purposes.
Ladies and gentlemen, who are you? Go knock over on the Progressive. Ask them why the hell did they park in our parking lot and walk all the way across the street. All right, 6:34. Oh, man, how did I get so late? All right, 6:34. It's the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. When we get back, we'll dive into the early morons in the news next here on the MJ Morning Show on Monday Night Football, Bucks Cowboys nighttime. All right, so we'll get into the early morons next. Hey, I want to talk to you. 641. There's no jingle there, Andrew. So the MJ Morning Show ID's there, but now no jingles there. So I guess we can't have both.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully we have you.
Yeah, there we go. All right, 641 MJ Morning Show here on a Monday, and the early morons in the news. Do you know what Operation Viper is?
Is it the Viper Room in California?
No, it's not around anymore, is it?
I don't know.
No.
That would be very secretive if it was.
No, the Viper Room used to be on Sunset, right? Was it Sunset or Hollywood? And that's where Joaquin
River.
Phoenix's brother,
River.
yeah, River Phoenix, OD'd on the sidewalk, right?
Yes.
Right in front of the place.
Mm-hmm. Speedball.
Yeah, was it?
A speedball. Yeah.
It was a speedball?
I think so, right?
He was hit by a speedball?
No, it was the upper and a downer, right?
I don't know.
Well, speedball is typically, what, cocaine and heroin, right?
Is that okay?
Isn't that the definition of a speedball?
My speedball is coffee and liquor.
So look, speedball.
Okay.
Isn't a speedball a mix of cocaine
Yeah.
and heroin, right?
I don't know that River Phoenix died of overdoses of Irish coffees.
Yeah.
Roxanne.
River Jude Phoenix. That was 1993, West Hollywood, and he died. I believe he OD'd. I think it was on the sidewalk right in front of the Viper Room.
And a speedball is kind of a catch-all. It's an umbrella term for stimulant and a depressant, commonly, cocaine or meth with heroin
What is this?
or fentanyl.
This is really some in-depth Roxanne pharmaceutical talk when MJ just asks if we know what Operation Viper is.
So
I feel like I'm on a speedball right now.
Let me get back to the
Oh my
story.
God.
It's a Florida story. Operation Viper. 8 people were arrested. They were trafficking in illegal snakes here in Florida. A snake trafficking ring. Operation Viper. Because, Viper's a snake.
Yeah.
8 people are looking at charges in this illegal snake trafficking ring. The arrest came down late last week on Thursday. And these are illegal venomous snake sales. Who the hell knew that they were? First of all, who wants a venomous snake?
Is the market that big for these deadly snakes?
I guess so. Venomous snake trafficking here in Florida is a thing, according to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. I wonder if that dude on the Howard Franklin Bridge in the silver pickup truck, which I think that when you see those cars working the construction zone police, sometimes you see the Florida Wildlife, the FWC trucks out there doing, the extra duty, the paid traffic control. And they're typically on the shoulder with the blue lights flashing when the construction guys are like pouring concrete. Oh, speaking of that, it's cold out there. Is this a good morning to be pouring concrete for the new Howard Franklin Bridge that they're building?
They got deadlines, man.
Or is that going to be a week? Is that going to be a weak section that's going to collapse or, crumble?
Is 40 degrees too cold for concrete?
I don't know. What is the temp right now? I thought my car said 39 when I got in this morning, but 42.
It didn't seem as cold. It was okay today walking from my
when
car.
I started the car, it said 39. In South Tampa, I had 39 when I left the house in the 5 o'clock hour this morning. So is 39 degrees or 42 or 40? Is that optimum to pour concrete? Or should you have temperatures a little warmer?
I mean,
when is it too cold to pour concrete?
I know nothing about this.
When the water freezes in the concrete, maybe? I don't know.
Anyway, so Operation Viper.
Hey, I have to tell you, so while you were talking, I feel like I'd read about or heard about underground pet shops that sell scary animals and venomous snakes and stuff.
Right.
And then I just Googled underground pet shops and I found Underground Reptiles supply some of the best venomous reptiles for sale in the world. So this is
Where are they located?
Let me see.
I mean, do they have a storefront? Yeah, I want to buy a poisonous gecko that if it bites my kid's going to be hospitalized. I mean, who? I don't understand. Why does anyone want a poisonous snake? Yeah, I want a black mamba. Wasn't that in Kill Bill? Wasn't the one?
Yeah.
Kill Bill 1 or 2, the black mamba, right?
All right.
Supposedly one of the deadliest snakes in the world.
They'll overnight an animal to you. That's what they said. It's an online business, so I can't get a firm, hard address.
Just to cover all bases.
Can I buy toads to lick?
Yeah. 40 degrees is the optimum temperature to stay above for pouring concrete.
Oh, well, thank you. Festive with breaking concrete. So this morning, I saw them in the 5 o'clock hour. I saw them pouring concrete on the side of the Howard Franklin where they're building the new bridge. And I said to myself, what a wonder. And I said to myself, is it too cold to pour concrete?
All right, so the good news, MJ, is
You're doing
it's not
it again.
like this is happening in like Detroit or Boston. Temperatures will be rising very quickly.
That's true.
So I really have no worry about this particular project and the temperatures.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission, they said they began investigating a black market in 2020 that dealt illegally in highly dangerous venomous reptiles here in Florida. If the animals were to escape, they could have a severe impact on Florida's native wildlife, according to the FWC. Some of these snakes are among the most dangerous in the world, according to FWC Major Randy Bolin. I wonder if he goes bowling on the weekends. What do you think? Florida's rules and laws are in place to protect the public. Investigators said they discovered that some of those involved in the trade were importing large shipments of non-native venomous snakes from countries around the world. You know, the last thing you want are invasive species. You don't want our ecosystem disrupted by animals that don't belong here. We already have that in the Everglades. They've got just a ridiculous amount of boas and pythons, right?
That's just from rednecks dropping them off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this snake's too big. I'm just going to unload it in the Everglades. I mean, really, you got a bunch of yahoos doing that crap. Knock it off. Yeah, undercover officers arranged in-person meetups for these black market deals and made some arrests. Some of the individuals apprehended by this operation are established dealers of snakes. Yeah, but they were breaking the rules.
Yeah, anybody who's an established dealer of a snake, you know that they dip into the illegal and exotic.
Yeah,
Just to foot the bill.
I'm buying a purple harlequin toad right now as we speak.
What the hell is that?
Roxanne, see if you can find me
What is a purple? Is it poisonous?
It's $79.99 and it's very poisonous.
It's venomous?
Yes, it's venomous.
Purple harlequin toad.
You can't even touch it if you have cuts on your hands.
But is it does it work against the Florida, ecosystem? You mean it's
I'm
one
sure
thing,
it does.
I don't know. I'm sure there's poisonous frogs out there.
Is there really such thing as a purple harlequin toad?
Got one in my shopping basket online.
Oh, no, you do, really? It's in my cart. Would you like to check out now with your purple harlequin toad? Oh, my God. All right, so there we go. Number one moron in the news today.
Oh, wow, that's a really pretty frog.
Isn't it?
What is, Andrew, that is the worst. That is the worst toad and frog sound effect ever. Where's that classic old ribbit? You know, the classic old, really exaggerated ribbit.
Ribbit.
Hey, when we get back, I've only scratched the surface on the morons in the news. So hold on. And I tell you, morons in the news are a lot of people's favorite item on the show every day. So hold on. Do you have a new frog yet? Do you have the classic frog ribbit yet? What the hell is that?
That sounds
okay,
like
hold on.
like
Andrew,
a
Andrew's looking for the cartoon ribbit.
No, I want that classic ribbit. I know I have it on a number of CDs at my house, but it's not. What was that?
Ribbit.
Where's that coming from?
I don't know.
No, not that. It's a frog croaking. All right, I'll try to find the classic frog croak that I'm looking for. All right, we'll continue with early morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. If you're MJ Morning Show at Q105. It is 7:01 here on a Monday. Don't forget Bucks and Cowboys tonight. I don't think it's probably that easy to forget. Why the hell did I say don't forget? That's.
I mean, just a reminder.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Reminder.
You know, it's a holiday
Do
for
I
a
need
lot
to-
of people.
Do I need to say anything? I mean, just
Yeah,
hey,
I mean-
Bucks and Cowboys tonight as wild card weekend that rolls on. You know, I'm sorry. Listen, you never say never, but I just don't think the Bucks look like a Super Bowl team.
Did you see the last couple of games the Cowboys played? They
Yeah.
don't look like a Super Bowl team either.
No, the Cowboys' record better than the Bucks, and the Cowboys are favored, right?
All right, there were 3 games this year the Buccaneers could have won if they had played a little bit better. Cleveland, Carolina, and Pittsburgh. That would have made them an 11-win team, and everybody would be talking about how great they were. They're 3 plays away. They're right there.
You know, the chatter continues, though, that Tom Brady is going to play football again next year, just not with the Bucks.
And have you heard the latest team who's
Raiders?
chattering? Yep, the
Yeah.
Raiders.
Yeah,
They're going to aggressively pursue him.
that's been brewing for a little bit, but it's getting a little louder, I guess. Oh, Fessy, did you find the frog sound effect that I
don't
wanted
know.
in the last segment?
I don't know if I found it.
All right, here we go.
Is this it?
Play it. No, that's not it.
That's not it. What's
Well,
wrong?
maybe if it wasn't queued up at the very end.
Hold on.
Yeah, play it from the very beginning. All right, stop. Let me bring up the audio. All right, go ahead and play it now. Go. Yes, that's the classic. That's the classic frog sound effect that I'm looking for.
Okay.
And if you missed it in the last segment in Morons in the News, chunk number 1, talking about the Florida Wildlife Commission, they made a bunch of arrests in Operation Viper, where you had a whole bunch of people dealing in venomous, illegal snakes and reptiles. Wow. All right. Thank you, Fess. That's enough with the frog. I don't need to hear it again. Thank you.
All right.
Yep,
So
that's about it.
That's it, really.
Listen to this. 19-year-old guy down in Broward County was outfitted with a GPS ankle monitor because he had, a propensity to commit crimes. And guess what? He's like, well, why can't, if I'm out loose and I've got an ankle monitor, what's to prevent me from committing crimes with my ankle monitor on? And then the story gets nuttier from here. Joshua Reed had a Broward County pre-trial release GPS ankle bracelet that was put on by the court, and then he goes on a big old crime spree with a crime crew, and he robbed the Publix with a stapler.
Really?
Ooh. Did he hold it up like, stretched out so he's going to like shoot the staples in their face?
So,
or did he
hang on,
kind of clamp it?
Let me hold up my red swing line. What was the name of the movie with the red stapler? The
Office Space?
Office Space. Yeah, that's right. Right. With Milton, right?
Milton was...
Yeah, Milton was the guy with the red stapler.
You're
right?
confusing characters, but yes.
Why? Was that
The creepy guy was the manager.
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Milton. I said, and Milton was in there as well.
Right.
Milton's the goofy, nerdy guy that was out of it. Didn't he end up blowing up the whole building at the end of the movie, right? All right, so I'm holding up my swing line stapler here, and I'm opening up the little hinge. So now I'm holding it. So, Roxanne, you're talking about this.
Right. So would you just hold it
and by the way, I'm holding this up to MJTV.
Okay,
So if you're watching MJTV, and you can watch us do the show live every morning, if you go to mjmorningshow.com and click on MJTV, you can watch us live from 6 to 10, or you can go back and watch any of the archive shows, or if you tune in at 9 o'clock in the morning, you can go back and watch us from the beginning if you want. Yeah.
Now, when you cock back on that thing, it's not going to shoot the staplers out very far.
Well, let's see.
Is it empty?
Yeah.
Son of a... My stapler's empty.
See, that's...
Ouch. Hey, I got staples in here somewhere.
That's the one thing you don't want to have happen if you're going to rob a Publix with a staple.
Yeah, staples.
Make sure you're loaded up.
Yes.
Staples, yeah, we got that. Hang on, I have a new thing of staples here. So hang on, I'll continue with the story in a minute.
No, we have to load our stapler.
I'm loading the stapler right now and putting it right in that little groove in the track.
Yeah, load our
okay,
weapon
and
of
now
choice.
let me rack the slide. There we go. Okay. All right. So now let me open it up. Roxanne, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, see, look, they're falling. They're not even like shooting out of the stapler.
Right. Yeah.
They're just like
I don't think it would be a
falling out of
very
the sta-
effective.
No.
Yeah, not a very effective way. Well, here's what happened. So let me share the rest of the story with you. So this guy Reed down in Broward and also Miami-Dade now, Reed, 19 years old, was out on bond for grand theft auto in Broward County, and also has a pending crime case in Palm Beach County. And now he's appeared in Miami-Dade County late last week. We were able to track this guy who's responsible for 14 cases, says Sergeant Fernando Bosch of the South Miami Police Department. Detectives questioned Reed at the North Miami Police Department, denied everything. In South Miami, surveillance video recorded on January 7th shows the crew outside a home near Dante Fascial Park. One thief used a rock and a boulder to break a hurricane impact resistant glass door as the family pet slept inside. Detectives said the thieves found a parked Mercedes-Benz with a key fob inside. You know, that happens a lot. People leave their keys in their car.
Yeah.
You know, also people with unlocked cars, and this is a problem in the Tampa Bay area. And in South Tampa, there's been a whole rash of car burglaries, and they're not even breaking windows. They're not using Slim Jims or cloned fobs or whatever. They're just opening car doors because people leave their car doors unlocked in their neighborhood, in their driveway. Knock it off. Stop it. Stop doing it. All right, so this guy...
How did he use the stapler as a weapon? Roxanne had one point of using it as a projectile, or
Right.
shooting the staplers out, which doesn't work.
Oh, you know what?
Or you could clamp down on someone.
You know what? I apologize. I conflated.
What?
My next story is the stapler story.
What?
All right, I'm sorry.
How can you even?
I-
This is like.
I'm completely invested in this story.
yeah.
All right,
What would they use a lead pipe in this one? How do you confuse
I'm
this?
sorry. This story, my bad. I screwed up. This story was that this guy is out committing a whole bunch of crimes with. That just shows some ballsy,
I mean, you were all over the place on it because it started off with a guy with an ankle monitor.
Well,
and then he picks the
right.
most ridiculous weapon to go on.
I'm
Is
sorry.
it too much to ask to get your weapons right and your warrants in the news?
I'm sorry. I screwed it up. I'm auto-correcting now. I apologize.
Have to say, MJ, I like the idea of hybrid moron in
No,
the
no,
news stories.
I messed it up. Hang on. Because they were both from Channel 10 in Miami. Both stories were from WPLG, ABC in Miami. I apologize. I conflated the two stories. The one story, the one I'm doing now, is this guy has like a crime spree in 3 different counties: Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade. And the guy is part of he is out with an ankle bracelet, and he doesn't care. He's out committing crimes even with the GPS monitoring bracelet stuck on his ankle.
You know who else doesn't care? Me.
Right.
Because I want to hear about the stapler guy
hang
now.
on. All right,
All
now,
I care about is stapler.
I'm going to the stapler now. I'm sorry. I screwed
and
up.
this ankle bracelet guy was beating people with his ankle bracelet. I'm over him.
We accept my apology, please.
I do, but...
Now I'm going to move on to the guy that robbed the Publix with the stapler. I apologize. All right. So this guy was previously arrested for child abuse.
Oh.
All right. This is also it's also a Miami-Dade County story. A South Florida dude arrested for child abuse, accused of dropping a baby at Walmart, is now in trouble for a whole different crime. On Saturday, 31-year-old Patrick Abbott faced a judge on armed robbery charges. Police say last week this guy, Abbott, handed a Publix worker a note written on a receipt demanding money, claimed he had a gun, and the note said, quote, "Read carefully, I have a gun with me. Put the money in the bag." Now, after the victim at the Publix read the note, police said that she pretended to help a coworker and then called for help. Abbott left the supermarket empty-handed and was later arrested Officers caught up with him, down the street. Police said that he was identified by the victim at Publix, taken into custody. The gun that he claimed to have, was a black stapler.
Oh.
So I'm holding up the Publix at stapler point.
If you see just the top of a stapler, you could think it's a barrel of a gun.
What if
the top slide?
Yeah.
Some of the guns are more squared. Like Glocks, like a Glock slide is kind of squared on top, right? Flat.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for Roxanne on this, but I was really kind of hoping he was using the stapler as the weapon.
No.
Put the money in the bag. I have a stapler with me.
I'll staple your eyelids shut or something to that
What
effect.
if he held up a Staples with a stapler?
Wow. Mind
Hold
blown.
on. Yeah, you're blowing our minds over here, Roxanne. And what if they had
They could fight back
what if they had that
with
purple,
Trapper Keepers.
What if they had that purple toad you were trying to buy earlier?
Yes.
All right, so again, I apologize for conflating the two bad guys in Miami-Dade County stories from Channel 10 in Miami. I apologize. For conflating. But can you imagine? He had a stapler. Didn't have a gun. It was a black stapler. And by the way, I mentioned that he was previously arrested for child abuse. He was recently out on a felony bond for another incident last month. An off-duty officer working, I guess, security at Publix saw him repeatedly dropping a 4-month-old baby in the parking lot of a Miami Walmart. And then his bond was set at $7,500. He was released on that. And then next thing, he's holding up a Publix with a stapler in Miami-Dade.
All right. The stapler actually makes a little bit of sense now because it does look like a gun. I can understand how you can hold a stapler and say, I have a gun. And all you see is the top part.
Well, hold on. You can only flash like a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You only flash like a couple of inches of the top of the stapler, and that might look like the slide on the top of a gun.
You only need to trick the person behind the counter.
And well, they caught him red-handed with his black stapler. All right, so I think I've set the record straight now, right?
Yes.
All right, are you guys satisfied? Are you? No?
I don't know.
I'm
No,
satisfied.
you're not completely. Hey, what time is it here? All right, 7:14 at the MJ Morning Show. With Bucks and Cowboys tonight, did you see the gambler that lost $1.4 million on one of the games over the weekend?
Was it Mattress Matt?
Nope. It wasn't Mattress Mac or whatever his name is. All right, hold on to that thought. And also next, we start the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. So we are loaded next. Don't move. a Monday. Bucks, Cowboys tonight. The Cowboys are, what did we say? Cowboys plus, what? Two and a half. 2.5 on the Cowboys. All right. Now, predictions. Just quickly around the room here. Wild card weekend continues with the Bucks and the Cowboys as the Monday Night Football game. So, prediction, Fester, who wins? Bucks or Cowboys tonight? Where
All
are
right.
you?
I have a score prediction. Dallas Cowboys 3, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 72.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Come
yeah
on.
Buccaneers are going to cream them.
we
Go
Shout out
Bucks.
prediction.
Stop it,
All right.
please. Can you just be serious?
72-3. Buccaneers win in a landslide.
Knock it off, really.
Honestly, I think the
I
Buccaneers...
don't need the score. Who's going to win? Who do you think?
I really feel the Buccaneers have a very strong opportunity to win a game. It's a playoff game. It's a completely different atmosphere.
Yeah.
And screw the Cowboys. So
Kind
there.
of my answer, because I feel like Tom Brady knows how to come through during games that really count.
I am also going to go with a Buccaneers win tonight.
Well, you're just kind of poo-pooing them a few minutes ago. You're kind of saying like, oh, they haven't been playing well.
I don't think that they're a Super Bowl team, but I think that they will beat the Cowboys tonight. I think that's a fair analysis. What's wrong with that?
All right. Just a few minutes ago, you were saying they haven't looked good.
They haven't looked that good. They could have looked better this year. Listen, they could have looked better. However, it's the playoffs. It's a whole new season. Nothing else matters. The game last week against the Falcons doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters.
Hey, Andrew, are the comments still disabled on MJTV? Because they are still, they are?
Yeah.
All right, so we used to have the comments available on MJTV. So people watching us live in the studio with our multi-camera setup, those people watching could, if they were logged in on the YouTube channel, they could leave, live comments. And there was a scroll of live comments, but we had to disable the comments because we were getting infiltrated by porn pushers.
Yeah,
And-
such an unfortunate reason to lose the comment section.
I know. Maybe, should we try it again? Should we turn the comments back on?
No,
What do you mean, no? Why not?
I don't know, because there were a couple of bad eggs that ruined it for everybody.
Well, the worst egg was the people, the bots trying to promote these adult sites.
The bots were pushing and putting all kinds of links to porno sites.
So why are the bots going to go away if we undo it?
Maybe since we've turned the comments off for months and months and months, maybe the bots have gone away.
They forgot about us.
That's good.
No, it's not. No, it's
I like it.
I'm sorry.
You're easy.
I'm trying.
No, it's not. It's not good.
I'm the easy laugh.
No. All right. So, MJTV, we encourage you to watch the program anytime live, see what we do in the studio. If you go to mjmorningshow.com, you can click on MJTV, and you can watch the live show from 6 to 10, or you can go back and watch the show later in the day. Or if you miss some of it, you can go back and check it out or watch shows from, weeks ago, whatever. I think the archives go back indefinitely for MJTV. All right, so the reason why I'm bringing up MJTV right now is for those that are watching, there is some breaking news. And Roxanne, I believe you mentioned it in the first couple of minutes of the show today, something you noticed about me this morning. Would you like... Who has a ridiculously strong smelling, like coffee creamer smell in here?
That would be the man with 10 coffee creams.
What? Oh my God! What is that? I can't even breathe.
It's regular coffee.
Ugh! What
And
are you
then
doing?
We have this.
All right, whatever that is, hold it up higher than the monitor so I can see what's going
I have
on.
a cup of coffee here.
Yeah, and then hold it up to the camera.
Yeah,
so
I'm on the camera here, and then I have a bunch of my International Delight.
how many of those have you opened?
Well, I have
Hold up, pick them all up and show them to the
I
camera.
have 5 of them now.
Oh my God!
Oh man!
But the odor. Did you just pick them up and drop them?
Yeah, and
there's residue inside, so would it splash all over you?
Yeah, there's creamer all over the
you dope.
keyboard. And
No, I'm trying to breathe in here. I'm getting that verklempt kind of thing where I'm trying to.
we have paper towels in here.
No, but Fester, you got all these creamers opened, and it's like assaulting my olfactory senses over here.
I've never known anybody to be overwhelmed by Creamer? It's not even flavored creamer.
But you know that I'm overwhelmed by perfumes that are too strong. I hate colognes and perfumes that are too strong.
Can you smell mine every day?
Some days I can. Right now I can't smell anything but this creamer, which has a scent to it. It's not like just regular cream. This has some kind of like an almondy or what is the? This is like a flavored cream, and it's permeating the air.
It legitimately says half and half on the thing. It's not like it's the hazelnut flavor.
But that's what it smells like, though. It smells like hazelnut in here.
All right, I've in the years, decades that I've known you, you've never been spun out over creamer.
Well, you've got a whole bunch of them opened up, and it's causing this odor in the studio. I'm just telling you. All right, so Roxanne, what did you notice on me earlier this morning?
Well, when we hugged, my face.
We didn't hug.
Just kidding. I swear we didn't.
What are you trying to get me in trouble with my wife?
No,
we hugged?
She knows I'm kidding.
Wait, what? When you rubbed up against me this morning? When you gave me a lap dance this morning? Is that what you're going to say next?
Yes. It wasn't as scruffy on my cheeks. No, I noticed as soon as I walked in.
When I embraced you this morning?
Yes.
I did embrace Roxanne this morning, all right? The breaking news, though, is, and those watching MJ TV, you might have noticed already, and I will take a new picture to post. Roxanne, break the news. What happened?
You shaved that rat's nest on your face.
I did. So my ski beard is gone. It's been shaved.
But the important question is, how does Michelle feel about it?
Yeah. You know what? She pushed back a little bit, but then she dropped it. I shaved just before we went out to dinner on Saturday night, and went out with friends of ours, Bobby and Gigi.
Oh, Bobby and Gigi.
Yep, went out with them Saturday night. We went to Roca and had a great dinner at Roca, which is, right on Palm, right across from Armature Works.
I'm a little jealous.
And Roca was great. Food was fantastic. So I decided to shave because I think I was starting to look a little homeless. Yeah. Hanging outside of a Chevron station asking for people for their change on the way out, It
was starting to look not thought out, not planned.
Yeah, it was getting a little ratty. So and that was the longest, I believe, folks, in my entire life, in all of my years. I made the statement last week, and I believe it to be true. I don't think my facial hair, I don't think my beard has ever been that long in my life. And it was about a month of not shaving, because I believe I stopped shaving the week before. And when I say shave, I only shave once a week, once every week and a half anyway. I use clippers, hair clippers, and I just take my beard down to stubble. So I always have a little bit of stubble. Sometimes, it's pretty tight to the face, but I'm never truly like shiny, clean shaven. I think I did that. I think I made a mention like 3-4 months ago that I'd used a blade on my face, like a Harry's razor with shaving cream, for the first time in years. And I did do that maybe back in September, October. But I shaved just before we went to dinner at Roca on Saturday night. And did you see the picture I posted?
The one of you guys partying it up.
No, I posted a handful of the shavings.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, of course.
And people, I said, hey, what's this? And people were a little rude.
Man.
Fest, you haven't seen this yet, have you?
No, I haven't. I haven't been on social media all weekend.
All right, folks, if you...
Oh, man, the first comment right out of the gate. Come on, Kathy Ann 911.
It kind of looks like moss.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
No.
So if you want to see the beard clippings, I put them in my hand and I took a picture and I posted them on my Instagram. Another reason why you should follow me on Instagram.
What enclosed animal would do good with those as like clippings, as like shavings? Like, would those be good for gerbils?
Certified MJ Radio. So go, that'd be like nest material here.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and you should be following me anyway, because you never know what the hell's going to pop up. So give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, and you can see me with the beard last week. And then you can see the clip beard. Roxanne, can you come over here quickly? Come around here. And I want you to take another picture of me, exactly the shot that we took last week.
Okay.
So,
Well, the lighting's different now.
Okay. Well, as closely as we can.
It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. All right, so here's the picture. Take the picture again. I'm going to take my headphones off. Hey, Fester, can you just talk for a second while I take the picture?
Yeah, this is probably the worst week for me to just go on a monologue. However, the picture is at MJ's Instagram, certified MJ Radio. And I have to say, I am really proud of all of the snarky comments as to what this could possibly be.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
I'm saying of how proud I am.
Of what?
All of your Instagram commenters about their snarky remarks about how gross it is of your hand holding this gray and brown and red.
Let me share something
mess.
with you. All right, let me share something with you. I could not believe the number of comments that I got on the whole beard thing. The fact that my beard was the longest there. The number of actual physical comments. Let me share this with you. And let me bring this up. It was like close to 500 comments. And it was just a remarkable number of comments.
Are you wearing the same shirt today as you are in the beard picture?
No,
Okay.
the beard picture I was wearing an Under Armour gray collared shirt. All right, listen to this. There are 439 comments on the beard picture, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the 7th item, and you can see me with the beard. Then
we had another 200 comments on the Facebook post that we put.
Then you can see the handful of beard shavings, which I posted, and that is elicited. How many comments does that have now? And then some people were kind of rude with their comments. 103 comments on the beard clippings. And right now, folks, I'm going to post my new image, virtually the same picture, same place in the studio. I'm going to post that right now of me with the beard gone. All right, let me post that right now.
All right, whoever posted or put up on MJ's comments, Fester had a Brazilian today. That is not the right answer.
Somebody posted that?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Old Jones 527. Fester got a Brazilian?
I've just posted the picture that Roxanne just took of me moments ago. I just posted that on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. And if you want to comment about the picture with the beard gone, Certified MJ Radio on my Instagram feed right now. And a brand new picture has just been posted.
You know, this is such a lightning rod topic. Could I do the same sort of thing and not shave my legs for X amount of days and then talk about it and take photos, shave it,
wait
shave
a second. You want to not shave your legs?
I mean,
hold on. Wait a second.
What?
Do you still shave your legs?
Yeah, of course I do.
You never got like laser hair removal on your legs?
In some parts, but no, not on my calves. No.
Hold on. What?
Yeah.
Keep my calves hairy.
Now,
shave them every day.
Hold on a minute. You have had laser hair removal.
Yes. Pits.
Okay, hold on. I want it one by one.
Okay.
So, man, I still have to get to the football bet.
No. Roxanne's hair situation is much more interesting.
So, when did you last have laser hair removal?
Oh my gosh, we're going way back.
All right.
I would say like 15 years ago.
All right, so Michelle did years ago. I used to endorse Ideal Image.
Yep, I did Ideal Image as well.
Michelle had everything done years ago there a long time ago. All right, now tell me the areas that you have had laser hair removal. So you said armpits?
Armpits and bikini-ish area.
Bikini-ish area. Okay.
Yeah,
She's giving me this creepy look like
Yeah.
bikini-ish. Okay.
Yeah, that's
All
it.
right. And but legs, you didn't have your full.
I didn't do my legs.
Why
no.
not?
Well, my hair on my thighs is blondish in most light. So it was like the blonde doesn't respond
That's
as well.
true. So very light hair
Yes.
does not respond as well as darker hair when it comes to
Yes.
laser hair removal. At least that was the story years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've changed or improved the technology at all.
So if Roxanne just grew her leg hair out, it would just be pictures of Roxanne's legs. because
Yeah.
the hair would be so light we wouldn't see it anyway.
Yeah. So
Well, I don't know. I've never let my calf hair grow out. That's the whole point. I think I haven't let that grow out, so I should maybe just try that.
That's
Might
a
be
new
dark.
fashion trend you should spearhead. Just women with really hairy calves.
we stop it, Fester.
That'd be hot.
All right, so with the Bucks and the Cowboys playing tonight and a big wild card weekend with games all week long, Saturday, Sunday, and then, of course, Monday Night Football tonight, a gambler lost a $1.4 million bet on the Chargers-Jaguars game.
Good.
Wasting $1.4 million after betting on the Los Angeles Jaguars game, and the Jaguars had, a massive comeback.
What was it, 27-7 at halftime?
And then Jacksonville ended up beating the Chargers, the LA Chargers, ended up beating them 31-30. And there's a bettor that lost $1.4 million.
Good for him.
And then did I see that the Jaguars quarterback is Trevor Lawrence,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Did I see that he celebrated? He went to a Waffle House.
He went to the Waffle House afterwards.
And fans were swarming him.
Yeah.
He's signing autographs. So after the win, he goes to a Waffle House off of I-95 or something,
All right, so you got to figure, Trevor Lawrence was born in Tennessee,
Yeah.
raised in Georgia, went to college.
He might have been born in a Waffle House.
Right, or conceived in one, conceived after eating a meal in one, born in Tennessee, raised in Georgia, went to
Right.
school in South Carolina, and now plays in North Florida.
All this guy, when it comes to restaurants, all he knows is Waffle House.
He went there for Thanksgiving last.
Or Cracker Barrel,
Yeah,
maybe.
right?
I don't know.
Cracker Barrels for Christmas.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
So the Jaguars will face either the Chiefs or the Bills next weekend, and now we know it's going to be the Bills.
It'll be
Oh, no, we don't know yet.
We do know.
Hold on. Who's it? Oh, that's right.
Okay, hold on. The AFC teams, the
Right.
Bills will play the Bengals, who
Bill-
won last night.
Yep, so Bills won.
Bills won and the Bengals won.
Yep,
and then
Bills and Bengals, we watched both those games, yes.
Jacksonville will travel to Kansas City.
Okay, so they will play. So now we
Yes.
do know.
Yes,
We do know.
because
All right.
all those games are done.
But I just thought it was cool. He just shows up at a Waffle House.
Yeah, very cool.
Hey, and speaking of football, DeMar Hamlin was cheering from home. DeMar Hamlin, of course, with one of the scariest things ever during an NFL game. DeMar Hamlin was not at the stadium watching the game, but DeMar Hamlin did watch at home, and he tweeted out, "My heart is with my guys as they compete today, supporting from home as I focus on my recovery. Nothing I want more than to be out there with them. LFG, Bills Mafia." And do you think that DeMar Hamlin, do you think there's a chance that he could return to the team next season?
I think so now. I didn't think so when we saw that happen, but now I'm leaning towards there's a chance.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a completely isolated incident, he has 6-8 months of recovery. Yeah, I don't see why he couldn't unless doctors say something different.
So going back to Saturday night, I decided to shave my beard off, my month-long scruff. I shaved it off before we went to dinner at Roca. And I knew that we were going to be having some wine and some cocktails, and I decided to take an Uber.
You were going to get blasted.
I wasn't going to get... Stop it, Roxanne. I wasn't going to get blasted, but I knew I was going to drink, and I knew I didn't want to drive. That's called responsibility. And the Uber ride from my house to Roca, across from Armature Works, is like a $12, like $11.94, $12 for the Uber ride. So, first of all, I don't like parking over there.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
I don't like valet. So I took an Uber, and it's just easy as can be. The Uber guy, hey, bring me the Instagram message. So listen to this. Bring me the. You already brought it back. You put it over here. All right. So the Uber guy that picks me up, we say, "Hi, hey, how you doing?" We're in this guy's car for 30 seconds, and he says, "Hey, do I know you?" And, we had a mask on as well. So in the restaurant, we're not wearing a mask, but in the Uber, I don't know how many people have been in the car. So in the Uber, Michelle and I were wearing masks.
Okay, a restaurant with 1,000 people in it, we're fine.
No, but it's a car is a very confined space, and you're doing rideshare. I don't know who the people were in the car.
Okay.
So we did put on a mask. We've known a bunch of people in the last couple of weeks that have gotten COVID with the new strain that's going around. So listen, people are getting COVID. I know half a dozen people that either have it now or are just getting over it. So we get into the Uber. I got the mask on, and just saying, "Hey man, how you doing? How's your evening going?" And the guy's like, "Hey, do I know you?" And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't say anything. And then as we're getting closer to Roca, where I think we're on, getting off the exit off of 275 near downtown, and he says, "Hey, so what do you guys do?" He's still fishing. He thinks he knows me just by my voice. And he says, "Hey, so what do you guys do for a living?" And then my wife says, "Well, I'm a lawyer, but I haven't practiced in a while." And then Michelle says, "Oh, my husband, he's a radio broadcaster." And the driver goes, "I knew it." So
Okay.
he says, "I knew it." And I'm like, "Hey, you're MJ." And I'm like, yes, MJ. Blah, blah. But the guy knew it 30 seconds in the back of his car when he picked us up at my house.
Wow.
30 seconds in, just by saying, "Hey, how's your Saturday night going?" Hey, and he knew it was me, and he was cool. And then he sent me an Instagram message that Saturday night. Later on, he said, "Hey, you on Instagram?" I'm like, "Yeah, Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow." So he gave me a follow. I saw him. And then he sent me a direct message on Instagram, and it said, "Hey, MJ, this is Michael Rivera. I was your Uber driver. It was awesome meeting you. You're a legend in Tampa." Oh, come on.
Maybe a legend
I'm
in
some
South Tampa.
schmuck with a microphone. What are you talking about?
Maybe a legend in South Tampa.
I'm a legend in my own mind. All right. So he writes this. "Hey, MJ, this is Michael Rivera. I was your Uber driver. It was awesome meeting you. You're a legend in Tampa. If you ever want to listen to my music, feel free to go to any music platform such as Apple and Spotify and search Mac 2 Real, and you'll find me. Looking forward to that follow." He wanted me to follow him. "God bless and keep doing your thing, brother." And then I wrote back, "Thanks for the ride. It was great meeting you last night, and I appreciate your support." So I asked Andrew, were you able to find some of his music online?
I think I have one of his songs queued up.
All right. So this is my Uber driver, and I haven't even heard this yet. I didn't go to the link. I told Andrew this morning when I came in, I said, "Hey, pull some music from this guy's platforms." My Uber driver, Michael, from Saturday night. All right, let me hear some of the music. Go ahead, hit it.
Let's go. Florida to Texas, and I'm back now. NYC to Cali, I'm in Sacktown. Ride around the country with the top down. Quarantine, about to add a city on lockdown. Back-to-back flights, no connect. Bag chasing every night, go collect. I think they only love us cause we hot now. Quarantine, about to add a city on lockdown. We in a different city every other day. Came a long way. Miles, money, and pain. Seen a lot of crash dummies, but I stayed in my lane.
Yeah, he sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I love him.
That's good.
I want to sign him.
I haven't heard it yet. That's the first time I'm hearing it. Is I asked Andrew to just pull a sample.
And make sure it was clean.
Do you mean he could be the first artist on Roxanne Records?
Roxanne
Roxanne
Records.
just said she wants to sign him.
I do. And
To what? Play your kids' party or something?
Roxanne Records.
Hey, Mac 2 Real, do you do kids' parties?
Yeah. So, hey,
That's good stuff.
That's not the right one.
This isn't Mac 2
No,
Real?
that's not the right guy.
All right.
No, Andrew found.
with the music we just played wasn't his music?
No. That's his music.
Okay.
Fester was on an Instagram account that was not his.
Oh, you
Yeah.
said Mac
So
2
because
Real.
Andrew, you found what? You found multiple Mac 2 Reels?
Yes.
Right. But I gave you the printout from the DM, so you were able to match his profile pic, so we found the right one. All right, so we're sure that's his music,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Mac 2 Real 813.
No, that's not it.
Geez, it's like a
No,
thousand Mac 2 Reals.
no, that is it. That's right. So it's Mac 2 Real 813 is his. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my guy. That's my Uber driver from Saturday night. And man, that's good. His music is good.
Lyrics are good. The beat is good. What's not to like?
I think he's got a good voice. I think he sounds great. Anyway, Michael, thanks for driving us, and you were very pleasant. And did I tip him?
I don't know if so. You better. You didn't tip him, but you gave him a spin on the radio.
I got to check and see if I tipped him. No, because sometimes because I don't use Uber that often. Sometimes it's like a couple of days later. I got to go back and I got to tip the driver and leave him 5 stars. I hope he gave me a good rating. Yeah, because my rating is rating's a 4.73, which I don't know. It should be a little higher. I had a great idea. Did we? And I mentioned this to Michelle. And I don't know if we talked about this on the show. I've been thinking about this for a while. Tell me if we already talked about this.
All right.
We do so much content. And I remember most of it. But sometimes I forget what we've done or what we haven't done. Listen to my idea. I've got an Uber and Lyft idea. We start an Uber account. All right? And we try to see how low we can get our rating. Did we talk about this on the air? You know what I'm saying? Because you get a rating. Like, I'm a 4.73, which I think is kind of low, actually. I don't know what the hell I've done to piss off some of these drivers. But I've got friends, like Chloe's like a 4.9, and Julian's like a 4.9. What did I do to get a 4.73?
Were you ever on your phone talking loudly?
I don't think so. I mean,
you're
who
allowed to do
the
that.
hell knows?
Yeah.
All right, but here's my concept. Tell me if you like this concept. That we start an Uber account, and maybe we all use it. So whenever we need to get an Uber ride, maybe we coordinate, and sometimes maybe it's Roxanne, maybe it's me, maybe it's Fester, or I don't know, or maybe it's Froggy. Maybe we just alternated, or maybe we keep with one person. But the premise of the concept is
to get as low a score as possible from the driver.
Exactly. To see how low we can go. Like just being obnoxious, slamming doors. Just the game is how low of an Uber score can we get? How many 1 stars and 2 stars can we get?
But at the same time, I feel
vomiting in the back seat. Yeah. No, we won't do that.
But then there'd be like a ridiculous cleanup charge.
Is that a funny concept?
It's
How
funny.
low can you go with your Uber score?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Didn't we get an Uber driver call in one time and say that when you ask for a ride or submit for a ride, they can see what your score is and opt not to take it if they think you're trouble?
I believe we heard that.
Yeah.
That if you're, it's true.
I think after 4 rides, they'd be like, these guys.
Does this bit not even get off the ground? If the score's too low, does everyone refuse our ride? I mean, I wonder what the lowest score, hey, you know what? Let's grab a call here quickly. I'm running late. What was I supposed to do at 7:45? Generation Z. Hang on. We got to talk about Generation Z and something that's going on with Generation Z. So hold on. I'll get to that in a second. And then I have the mystery envelope that we have to open at 8 o'clock. I have an envelope. I held this up to the camera in the 6 o'clock hour. And the envelope that I wrote says open at 8 a.m. on the MJ Morning Show. And we are now at 7:53. So we will open up this mystery envelope in a matter of moments. I'll hand it to Fester or Roxanne to open up. All right, so let's go to phones for a second here. If there's an Uber or does Lyft, I have both, but does Lyft have the same rating system?
Do. Yeah. You can rate the driver. The driver can probably rate you.
All right, let's go to phones right now. If you're an Uber driver, what is the lowest rating that you've ever seen a customer have? Now, if I go to my Uber right now, over the weekend I was 4.73. So, all right, it's loading up. Let me hit a count. Yeah, so I'm a 4.73. I know my kids are like 4.9s.
Yeah, they're much nicer than you are.
Yeah. All right, so if you're an Uber driver, phone us up right now, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. What is the lowest Uber score for a passenger, for a customer that you've ever seen? But I think our concept's funny to see how, we'll build a new account and we'll see how low we can get the Uber
Well, okay, we
score.
have to create some parameters because we can't be downright rude.
Well,
to
nothing
the driver.
illegal.
Well, why not?
No damage to their vehicle.
Yeah,
that would suck.
You can be rude, Roxanne.
I don't think we'll throw up in the vehicle. But you could do some annoying things. Maybe like just making noises in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Or you know what? Who said being loud on a cell phone? You make phone calls and you're just screaming into just loud as hell. And also, I know the Uber drivers, they hate when you slam the door.
This is what I want you and Michelle to do.
Yeah.
And see if you get dinged for it.
Yeah.
Just get in the back seat and make out the whole time.
No, why don't you and Dig Dug do that?
Yeah, that's really hot.
Yeah.
Doug.
Or hey, I'll tell you what, I'll put this on a little digital recorder. I'll play this over and over again. I'll just crank that up off my phone. Hang on. Don is in Brandon. Hey, Don, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, hi. It's John. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my call screener says Don.
Okay, John, Don.
Yeah,
Big
John,
John.
whatever.
Hey, John, Don.
Yeah, one of my favorite surf shops is the John Don Surf Shop.
It's the discount one.
So it's the bastard brother. All right, so John, go ahead. Are you an Uber driver?
I am.
What is the lowest customer rating score you've ever seen?
Yours by far.
Oh, shut
Whoa,
up.
hold on. A 4.73?
I can't even imagine how you got that low.
All right.
I just can't even imagine it.
It's pretty horrific, huh?
No, that is 4.73 low.
He's being sarcastic.
He's
No, I'm telling you it's low. I think I might have seen something 4.85 maybe.
Okay, are you a driver, John?
I'm driving. I'm picking up a rider right now.
Wow, where they headed?
They're heading down to Riverview.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Riverview is lovely this time of the day. All right, John, thanks for the call. All right, Chuck is in St. Pete. Hey, Chuck, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
All right, Chuck, you driving Uber right now?
Yeah, I actually have a customer in the car.
Oh, okay. And so you're listening to the MJ Morning Show with the customer in the car?
Oh, yeah, every day.
Oh, fantastic. All right, so, Chuck, I have a 4.73 Uber rating. Is that low?
No, well, yes and no. I mean, I picked up as low as 4.21.
All right, so that's what I want to know. The lowest that you can remember is a 4.21?
Yes.
All right. Now, when you give ratings to the customers, what items or what things does an Uber rider do that ticks you off that you'll give them a low score or low stars?
Well, I look at it this way. You know, everybody has a good day. Everybody has a bad day. I rate everybody 5 stars no matter what they do.
Oh, wow. So, but if I have a 4.73, that means that some drivers gave me what, 1, 2, or 3 stars?
Yeah, I'll be between 2 and 3 stars. Yeah.
All right.
I give everybody 5 stars no matter what they are, if they're drunk or obnoxious.
All right, what if they projectile vomit in the back of your head after you pick them up in Ybor?
Well, I don't stay out late enough to deal with those, and I've been doing this for almost 6 years. And I carry barf bags with me.
Like airplane barf bags.
Yeah, you get a seasoned driver, and they know all the tricks.
Exactly. All right, Chuck, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. But I must have gotten some 2 and 3 stars, and I don't know what I've done
if you
to deserve that.
A couple 2 and 3 stars, it seems like those would be incidents you remembered.
I mean, if we're talking about law of averages, you might have just got a couple of 4s in there, right? I mean, maybe not that bad, but it's not that great either.
All right, I'm running late on my teaser on Friday, which was Generation Zers are being accused of doing this. Now, I probably want to go to phones on this one as well, so give me a second. It's rolling up on 7:59 right now, so close enough to 8 o'clock. before I do the Generation Z story, and what is Generation Z doing? This apparently is like a big problem. And, my kids are Generation Z. Julian is 18, finishing up high school. Chloe is in college, junior year. All right, so we'll get to Generation Z, and there's a rash of this going on with that generation. But first, at 7:59, almost 8 o'clock, I'm going to hand this envelope to Roxanne.
It's like I'm a game show assistant, right?
Yeah.
You are. You're Vanna White.
Yep.
You're like a Barker Beauty.
Oh, there you go.
Is that
Yeah.
is that appropriate?
what they are?
I don't think it's appropriate anymore. Yeah.
They all got canceled, right?
So last night, I sealed this envelope. And on the front of the envelope, it says, open at 8 a.m. on the MJ Morning Show. And then, Roxanne, I'm going to hand you this envelope, and there's also writing on the back across the seal. All right?
Okay.
I'm going to hand you this envelope, and I want you to, first, before you open it, all right, hand that to Roxanne.
There you go,
Roxanne, I want you to hold it up to the camera after you read what is written on the back over the seal of the envelope. What does it read?
The seal on the back says sealed at 9:30 p.m. 1:15:23. So that was last night at 9:30.
Exactly. I sealed this at 9:30 p.m. last night. Hold it up to the camera so people can see. And then I did my signature across it as well. All right. Well, I mean,
that's too close, right?
Yeah, it's too close. You don't want to put it right, cut off the light to the lens. All right, so open it, and then the back. All right, Roxanne, are you ready to open up
I'm
the
ready.
envelope? All right, open it up on mic so I can hear the
Paper.
opening. Yep, go ahead.
Paper tearing.
Yep. All right, open it up. Go ahead. Get your finger in there. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I want you to take the contents out and read the contents on the air.
I think I know what it's going to say. Okay.
All right, well, hold on. What do you think it's going to say? The subject matter. What do you think the subject matter is?
The absent person.
Oh, who might that be?
Read, what does the letter say, Roxanne?
I just figured it out without even looking at it. I read your mind.
Open up the contents and read aloud what the contents of the envelope that I sealed. Read it.
I just figured it out.
Read it.
Froggy will call in sick Monday 1/16/23.
Let me see this note.
That's awesome.
Look at that.
Okay, did you really do this, MJ?
Yes.
Because guess what? I kind of thought the same thing going to bed last night.
Look at this.
I was like,
Fester's holding it up to the camera. Froggy will call in sick Monday 1/16/23 today.
You know when I thought that last night? I'll tell you. You sent a message on our group text.
Yeah.
And you were like, hey guys, don't forget, just a reminder, we're doing a live show tomorrow.
Exactly.
And Andrew sent back something snarky. Fester did something snarky, and I just liked the comments, and there were crickets from Froggy.
Nothing but hang on. Why did I write this out at what was it? 9:30? What time was it?
9:30 p.m.
9:30 p.m. is on the envelope.
Yes.
On the envelope. Let me share with you the text message that I got last night. Not from Froggy. I got a text message from Froggy's wife, Kim.
Oh, she does all his bidding.
All right, so listen to this. I'm going to share with you. Last night, 21:08 hours. So that's 9:08 p.m.
Right.
I get a text from Froggy's wife, Kim. And it reads, do you guys really have a show tomorrow? Hey, I'll show this on the camera right here. Look at this. Look at this. I'm showing it to the camera. Look at this. Right there. Do you guys really have a show tomorrow? I said, yes.
She's asking a good question.
I said, we have had a show last year and the year before. And then she writes back, WTH. What the hell? Kuz just told me, and I didn't believe him. Because Froggy's last name is Kuzmano, and that's another name that he's gone by. Kuz is like a nickname.
When we're not calling him Froggy, we call him Coos.
Yeah. Just told me, and I didn't believe him. And then she says, isn't it a company holiday? It is. It is a company holiday. But then I wrote back, we worked in 2021, and we also worked last year in 2022 as well. And I said, listen, I choose to bank the day off because we just were off for 2+ weeks. We just came back from vacation after 2+ weeks. So listen, we got Monday Night Football tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on. You know, we will honor Dr. King a little later on during the show musically. We'll explain that coming up in just a bit. But, yeah, we're here. And that's when I got that text. The minute I got that text at 9:08 p.m. last night, I said to Michelle, it was in the middle of, the Sunday night game on NBC last night.
Right.
I said to Michelle.
Yeah, he ain't coming in.
I said, I'll be right back.
So what does he have?
So I went to my office and I got the envelope out of my office. And
That's a good one.
And I'm like, all right, I'm right. And I said, Froggy's not going to be here. Froggy is going to, and
Did he catch Fester's myasthenias gravitas?
No, it's not myasthenias gravitas. It's myasthenia gravis.
Did he catch your myasthenias gravis?
It's not quite transferable.
It's not contagious.
But he caught your COVID.
But I said to Michelle she doesn't, no one has COVID. So I said to Michelle last night, Kim's texting me. You have a show tomorrow? What the hell? And I said, guess what? I said, Froggy is going to call in sick. And I didn't write, I should have written this in the note. But I said to Michelle, yeah, Froggy's going to have a migraine in the morning, and I'll get a text in the 5 o'clock hour.
Okay, so...
Guess what happened this morning at 5 a.m.?
Hold on. Did you see the time of Froggy's message?
Yeah, it was 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he really went to extra lengths
to
sell this.
Yeah. So we get a text. Did we all get the text?
He sent it to our group.
Yeah. So it was a group text, 3:12 this morning, 03:12. And I'll show you real quick. Hey, all... I can't make it in today. Had a migraine for hours, haven't slept. Sorry. See you Tuesday.
At least he didn't say see you next.
I mean, next week, we take a whole week off because of a migraine? We won't see him until next Tuesday?
Froggy texting in sick. Oh, boy.
I'm shocked at this information.
You know what I thought was suspicious as I'm looking at that text? You know when you can just kind of see fibs in writing?
Yeah.
I feel like the hey all.
Yeah.
I don't think he would talk like that.
You think that immediately says I'm lying my ass off? Immediately. Hey, all. This is a fake text. Yes.
So this morning at 5:19, I'm brushing my teeth, right?
Yeah.
Brushing my teeth, getting ready to walk out the door. And my daughter's awake. And she says, Daddy, you got a text. I go, who's it from? Thinking it was from one of us.
Right.
It's from Mr. MJ. I was like, what does it say?
It said, guess what? Guess what it said?
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked at this information.
My daughter's looking at me and she's, what is that? What is he shocked about? And I was like, I don't know. What else is there?
So above that, the text is, hey, all, I can't make it in today. Had a migraine for hours, haven't slept. See you Tuesday. Sorry, see you Tuesday.
But then she didn't know the greater significance of, I'm shocked at this information.
But I texted back this.
I'm shocked at this information.
And then Fester sends me a GIF of P. Diddy.
Yes. I said, honey, do you know who P. Diddy is? A Puff Daddy? She's like, no. I was like, you know what? That's a good thing.
Sean Combs, Puffy, whatever the hell he's called. Where has he been? It's like, is he alive?
Alive, yes.
But he's like disappeared. We hear nothing about Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs.
I think he's settled into more of record producing and behind the scenes stuff. And
you just don't see or hear anything about the guy any longer. But anyway, the point is, as soon as I got that text from Kim last night, you guys are doing a show? What the hell? And I said, he's not here tomorrow. He's out.
He's out.
And I even said, it's going to be a migraine. and sure enough.
Doesn't Froggy talk like that all the time? Hey, all. Yeah. It's such a...
All right, on to Generation Z, and I apologize, I'm running a little late here, and I might want to take phone calls on this. You know, I think there are people that are working today. I mean, traffic I thought was fairly normal on the Howard Franklin Bridge driving in the 5 o'clock hour this morning.
All right, so who observes every national holiday? I mean, banks,
like we'll
schools.
Work, but we'll do President's Day.
Yeah.
Some years we'll do President's Day. We'll work that day.
I'm trying to, every restaurant's open, every service is open.
We take off Memorial Day and Labor Day usually, and 4th of July we'll take off. All right, so I thought traffic was fairly normal this morning, and if we go to phones and ask business owners or managers this question, and it's about Generation Z. And my tease over the weekend was Generation Zers are being accused of doing this. apparently Generation Z is world famous for quitting their jobs and either just never showing up again.
Wait, that's ghosting.
Yeah, or never giving any notice, or never giving 2 weeks notice. So Generation Z are quitting jobs. When they do, they'll either just ghost, just never show up again, or they don't even bother giving 2 weeks notice. So they'll say, yeah, hey, I'm quitting, and then they're done. Like they'll just walk out, or they won't show up the next day.
I don't see where the idea of giving 2 weeks notice came from. It came from the employers. That came from the oppressors.
That's been standard.
It says who? It says the employer.
Listen, for as long as I can remember, that just became standard. And, that's a good question.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
because they don't give you a 2 week notice if they fire you.
That's true.
I mean-
But where did that come from? When you leave your job, when you move on, you got another job or whatever, you quit your job. What's the origin of that? Giving the so-called 2 weeks notice.
I am long past the point of where I believe I owe any company anything other than my time when I'm working there to give my best effort.
Right. All right, let's go to phones on this. I would like to talk to business owners or managers, and are you finding this to be true? That Generation Z, and give me the years of Generation Z.
Sure.
It's like 1998 or 97. What is it? 97 to now. Generation Z years are mid-90s to mid-2010s.
Okay.
All right, so Generation Z, mid-1990s to mid-2010s.
So you're in your mid-20s now. You're Gen Z.
All right. I would like to talk to business owners, managers, and I want to ask the question, the Gen Z employees, are you having the experience of either they just don't show up to work anymore, they quit via just literally never showing up again, or they're quitting and they're giving virtually no notice that they're quitting? It's like, I'm quitting, I'm leaving, I'm moving on. Yep. When are you leaving? Now. Or tomorrow, whatever. All right, let's go to phones on this and see if we can get some business owners or managers that can confirm or deny this Generation Z deal. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 is how you get in. And I'd like to hear your experience with Generation Z and whether this is accurate. Or listen, if you want to also share some crazy Generation Z younger employee stories that would kind of fit in with this conversation, I'm happy to hear those stories as well. Or you know what? If you are Generation Z,
are they getting a bad rap? Just the whole generation.
If you are Generation Z, have you quit a job by giving no notice? Every line is ringing, so Andrew is screening away.
I can't speak to this because I've been fired from every job I've ever had.
And I have a question.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true, Fester. But I have a question in regards to Gen Z. Is it because they're more comfortable using electronics that they don't feel that they're uncomfortable going back in and dealing with face-to-face after they've had that kind of conflict of I'm quitting?
Or
you know what I mean? That
that's
they don't want to see anyone after that.
Wait a minute, that's a whole other aspect.
Right.
Is Generation Z quitting, resigning in person, or are they just sending a text message?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm quitting my. I bet you that's a thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Gen Z just sending a text to the boss. Yeah, I'm not going to come in anymore. I'm done. But then again, you have ones that never show up again.
Yeah.
They never even tell them they're quitting. They just don't show up. Let's go to phones. Every line is cranked here. Ann is in Tampa. Hey, Ann, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, I've had a problem. I've had a number of problems. I've been trying to, I can't keep enough of, I'm actually asking for an older generation to assist me because the younger generation, they feel this, it's like they have an entitlement. They can come in late without calling, leave when they want, take vacations when they want, and don't tell you how long they're going to be out. If you tell them anything, it's like they fall apart if you give them constructive criticism. I mean, if they're new, they have to know, you have to correct them. If they didn't, they can't seem to take that.
What kind of work is this? What type of job?
The solar company.
It's a what?
Solar?
for a solar company, yeah. And all I needed them to do was answer the phones, do some
For solar panels, for electricity, for solar, SOLAR, right?
Oh.
Yes.
I thought
Wow.
you said a soda company
No,
like Sprite, and
no,
Coca-Cola,
no,
and Mr.
It is
Pibbs.
Solar, SOLAR.
I would
Solar.
love to work for a soda
Yeah.
company.
And yeah, I can't seem to keep them. They have this sense of entitlement. It's unbelievable. They don't call in. They just not show up, or they do show up. They show up late. They leave early. They don't. It's like lack of common sense.
Wow.
You have to tell them 4 times things that are not. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, I got
And
you
I
loud and
just-
clear. And thanks for the call. I mean, right off the bat.
Thank you.
I appreciate you calling, and thanks. All right, Nicole's in Tampa. Hey, Nicole, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
We are well. All right, Generation Z, are you noticing this?
Yes, and they call it quiet quitting.
Yeah. Yep. Well, no. Well,
Okay.
Quiet quitting is when you just kind of go to work and you do nothing, though. Isn't that the definition of quiet quitting?
Yeah, I've been quiet quitting every job I've ever had. Also, I mean, that's not new to me.
No, but go bring up the definition of. We've talked about this.
Yeah,
but,
quiet quitting is when you do a really crappy job at
Yeah.
your job, so then they
Yeah.
get rid of you.
yeah. So quiet quitting is when you go to work and you do nothing. Yeah.
Okay. So, but yes, I do notice that. I mean, these people just don't even show up. It's like they come in one day, they're gone the next, and they don't even. It's like you're a pit stop.
All right, let me give you the definition. Quiet quitting refers to doing the minimum requirements of one's job and putting in no more time, effort, or enthusiasm than absolutely necessary.
that is me to a T.
Right. But people think that quiet quitting means that they quit and they don't tell anybody.
Yeah, I'm not trying to lose my job. I'm just not trying. I'm trying to do the bare minimum just so I don't get fired.
All right, Nicole, thanks for the call. Ashton is in Brandon. Hey, Ashton, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
What's going on, MJ? How you doing today?
We're doing well. Go ahead.
Doing good. So, I mean, I'm having both. I mean, I work in a restaurant, so, we try to keep it fun and lively and upbeat. So, I still have those who will just come in and be like, hey, I quit, or just not show up. But then I also have those who, stick around. So, I mean, it's kind of tough to generalize, with a generation, if you will.
I guess the story that I'd read regarding employers and the noticing of this kind of behavior, that it's mostly Gen Zers that are doing this, either quitting by giving no notice or not even showing up again. But listen, I'm sure that conversely, I'm guessing, Ashton, that, and you say you're in the restaurant business, right?
Yes.
Do you want to mention the name of the restaurant?
I'd rather not, just for, the sake of it.
All right, that's fine. But I'm sure you also have had Generation Z workers that were great, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that they're fun, they're lively. I think it's a matter of just connecting with them. It's a whole different generation. You got to meet them where they are,
Yeah, you got to text them. If they're if they're like 20 feet away, they don't want to talk to you face to face, you got to text them. All right, buddy, thanks for the call. All right, Brooke is in Citrus County. Hey, Brooke, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
We are well. Go ahead.
I am a Gen Z myself, and I've been a manager before. I think it is the majority of Gen Zs that are leaving with no notice, but I also think that Millennial and Gen Xers are taking notice. Like, hey, we've been trained to give 2 weeks, and we always thought this bad thing would happen if we didn't, and they're taking notice that it's not. So I think they're following in Gen Z's footsteps.
Oh, you think it's rubbing off? There's like the Gen Xers and the Millennials are copycatting.
Yeah, I've worked in healthcare, and I've had 40 and 50-year-olds give me no notice at all. They're like, hey, tonight's my last shift. And I was like, all right, do what you got to do. I think it's all about, more work-life balance than just work and then life.
Brooke, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. All right. And you sound like you're a pretty put-together 25-year-old.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brooke. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
What an awkward compliment.
Hold on,
What an awkward
hold on.
compliment.
Brooke, you still there? Oh, she hung up.
Yeah.
What is awkward about that?
You sound like you're really put together.
No, that's a compliment.
I know, but it's an awkward
Why is that
compliment.
awkward? You
I
sound like
think
you're
if you said got your act together, that would sound more
It sounds like you're
less
really
weird.
put together. Doesn't sound like you're a total degenerate.
Sounds like
She
you're
sounds-
36, 24, 30, whatever the
What?
measurements are.
Well, that's another thing. There's two connotations to put together. One, your life is put together. Two, you're put together. Just a little.
No, she sounded like she had her crap together.
It just caught me odd. That's all. I'm sorry.
I'm going to grab one more call on this, and we're going to move on because we got a lot of. It's already. Oh man,
We're getting a lot of texts on this.
What are they saying?
And they do say that they quit via text. That's what someone says. She owns a restaurant in Lakeland. Yes, they do quit via text. Another says, my top person left me after 7 years. He went home after work one day, never heard from him again, and she thought of him as like a son.
Wow. You know, you build relationships at work. I mean, I got to think all my friends that I have, every friend that I have through work. I don't have friends.
Got a wife and kids in Baltimore, Jack, right?
Yeah.
Went out for never came back, right?
Yeah. If you want a reference in the future, that's not really the way to do it.
Let me grab one more, as I said. Michael's in Valrico. Hello, Michael. MJ Morning Show, you're next.
Hello, MJ. I got one better than that.
What?
We've had plenty that haven't showed up, but they don't even come back for the day's pay that they work.
Hold on. They leave and they don't even get what's owed to them?
We have about 4 of them this year so far.
What type of business?
Landscaping and lawn care.
Sound like someone just got clocked over their head with a shovel.
Yeah,
Did you hear, what was that noise?
telling you.
What was that noise?
Oh, we're taking the lift off of the ramp. We do trees also.
Oh, okay.
I was
All
about to
right.
say, make sure that workman's comp is paid up.
No, in the background, I heard this. I heard that in the background. I'm like, what was?
Well, I'm working, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we get it. You're working, right?
Michael, I appreciate you checking in.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Michael, real quick. So over Christmas, when we had the cold snap over Christmas, and I'm in South Tampa on the bay, I've got like all of the leaves on a ton of my crotons are like it's like they're brown and dead. Now, are my crotons going to come back, or are they dead?
Oh, yeah, they'll come back. They'll come back.
All right. So if I take my fingernail and if I take my fingernail.
You said crotons? No, crotons you might have to replace. I'm sorry.
No, they're crotons. But if I take my fingernail and I scratch the bark, and if it's still green underneath, it's alive, right?
That's correct.
All right, Michael, you gave him two completely different answers in the same sentence.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean,
oh, I'm sorry. No, on the crotons, if they're still green, yes, you're good. They're going to come back.
I mean, all the leaves are dead, like they were in a fire. But if I scrape the bark, it's green underneath.
That's because of the frost.
All right, so those will come back.
They will come back.
And then somebody said they might even come back better than before.
Sometimes they do fill out pretty good.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man. Have a great day.
One more item I would like to mention.
Oh, yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Whip out that laundry list. Go ahead.
We put an ad on Craigslist, and we'll get 5 or 6 people call up and tell them to come in, and not one will show.
Wait a minute. You put an ad on Craigslist. They actually call up, and then they say they're going to come by, and they never do?
Yes, and we normally do phone interviews. We stopped doing the phone interviews because it takes too much time. We just give them the address and tell them what time to be there, and they never show up.
Wow. That's crazy to make a call, say you're going to be there, and then never show up. That's nuts. All right, Michael, have a great day. Thanks for checking in.
Man, I want to summons the ghost of Gil Whitten right about now. Listen to all this hot plant talk. If you know, you know.
Oh, Gil Whitten. He did the gardening show.
The best gardening show.
Back on when we were over at Clear Channel /iHeart. Yeah, Gil Whitten did the gardening show for years. And do you know why he finally retired?
He couldn't stand you.
No. You stop it. No. Hey, Gil Whitten, rest in peace. But you know what happened, right? True story.
Well, he kind of got dementia.
Well, yeah.
He got the dementia?
Hold on.
Didn't he like come into work on a Tuesday?
No. Well, I think he did that once as well.
Okay.
But he did the weekend gardening show.
Like every Sunday.
It was like Sunday mornings. He did like Florida gardening or something.
It was a great show.
For years. And it was like for 20-something years or more, he did the show. What finally forced his retirement is he was driving to work on Sunday morning. He was driving from, it's like Riverview or something, right, to the South Tampa studios on Gandy to do the Sunday morning gardening show on talk radio, and he didn't show up.
Oh.
And you know what happened?
Well, he just took a left on 75 and went to Georgia?
No, he went south on 75, and they found him like down in Naples.
Oh.
He was driving to work, and they found him like driving like south of Fort Myers on the way to Naples. He forgot where he was going, and he's going for 2 hours in the car.
I gotta say, I love to drive. That's how I hope to go.
What?
I mean, if I had to choose how I go. I want to go on a long drive.
All right. Fester, if you don't mind me bringing this up, I'm noticing that your left eye is drooping quite significantly.
Oh, I feel like crap. I mean, I'm here and I think I sound all right.
Hold on. So you've had a flare-up of your myasthenia gravis.
So,
there's a commercial that I see on TV all the time for some myasthenia gravis drug. All right, folks, for those that don't know this, Fester, was it 2011?
Yeah.
Fester came down with this ailment, and you got hit hard. Now, explain to our audience what happened to you during the MJ Morning Show in 2011. Explain exactly what happened.
So, myasthenia gravis
Did you wake up somewhere? You woke up in the morning?
No, I talking on the radio show, I started hearing my voice not sounding the same in my head. And I think you sent me out to like a post office to razz the postal workers that day. And
why would I do that? I don't.
We're morons. Yeah, we do stupid.
Hold on. What did we do at the post office?
I don't remember. I went out there.
Okay.
I think you were looking for a letter, and I was out there with a bullhorn. Hey, postal guys, where's MJ's letter? Anyway, I heard myself sounding different, and
so like the bone conduction, just the sound of your voice that you're picking up with your ear, you notice you sound just a little different.
But I asked you if I sounded different, and you said no.
Right.
Myasthenia gravis, your muscles get weaker with use.
And it's an autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
Listen, the body does some crazy crap, man.
So I have this thing, and it presented in crisis because I had no medicine for it.
Right.
I didn't know what it was. So 3 or 4 days of ignoring it, and then suddenly I had a really bad case of it.
And suddenly your face is all drooping.
Right now,
you're looking like Monk's The Scream.
My whole left side of my face right now is numb.
Right.
I can scratch it compared to my right. And if I smile, you could see.
Look,
my left side doesn't move.
Your whole left side. It's not unlike some Bell's palsy.
It's in the same family.
Right. So, but Fester, you have been pretty much myasthenia gravis free for years. You had a little bit of a flare-up, you said, in 2019?
Which might have lasted 10 days.
Right.
And I knew what to do immediately.
And now it's like tag team back again.
Yeah, son. So this is, not that you have a choice of when this happens to come back, but this is like the worst week for me. But, last Monday after the show, I started feeling it, and I felt crummy all week. And then Thursday night, I just felt terrible, and I called in on Friday's show.
Yeah.
I had
because Fester was not here on Friday. All right, now look at the camera. Look head on.
Yeah.
And you can see Fester's left eye. It's not open as much, and it's kind of droopy. And when you just did the mouth, I can also see that
when I smile,
I can see the left side of your mouth. It's hanging. It's hanging lower.
Yeah, it doesn't go up as high.
Oh, so that's.
You have like a crooked gangster cigar in the mouth kind of look.
I wish I had a cigar. The one thing my wife is cutting me off of it. You got to stop smoking the cigars.
But there's a TV commercial that I see for a new myasthenia gravis drug.
Yeah.
You probably need to
investigate it.
Well, have your doctor prescribe that.
Well, Fester, I feel badly because your eye was not drooping as much when you first got here. So it's exacerbated by exerting yourself.
But then, like right now, we're talking for an hour and 30 minutes.
Yes.
So that's a long stretch for me on a normal day. But I feel it more now. But when we take a commercial break, I'll feel better, and then I'll do the rest of the show. But
do you feel bad? Do you feel worn down?
Yeah, I feel. I can lay down and fall asleep right now.
Do you remember the ailment that I got?
No.
You know what? I didn't make a big deal out of this. I think. Hold on. Let me call Michelle quickly.
I don't remember.
I had an ailment back in, and Michelle might remember the time frame. I got hit with something weird, and I just pushed through it, and I never revealed it on the air. And I think I finally did years later.
Hello?
Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
Hey, what year did I have that ailment that Dr. Boyer diagnosed?
It was 2003.
All right, so it was a while ago. And guys, I pushed through the MJ Morning Show. And how long did my issue last?
Like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, and it could be like 6 months or more. Yeah. And luckily, I think I got through it in 4 months.
Yep.
Remember, I never talked about it on the air. Remember, I decided I was going to keep it quiet.
Yep. You were so tired all the time. You were just sleeping every second.
I was, man, it was rough. I had
It
something.
was rough because I was trying to have a second baby.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what, Michelle?
Terrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You know what? If you would have done it while he was asleep, it might have been a much better experience for you.
Oh, stop it.
I mean, I'm just saying. You know.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
because I'm into sleeping boys.
Listen.
Sleeping man. Gross.
I
Okay.
mean, at least I don't have to talk.
Fester.
He doesn't have to talk to you.
Let me tell you what I had. You don't remember me talking about this, Fester?
I don't at all.
You didn't talk about it at all.
I thought I might have talked about it years later. Maybe I didn't. So this could be the first revelation ever. I had thyroiditis. And it is rare. It's like this autoimmune deal. Bring up the description. Thyroiditis. And back then, my general practitioner was Dr. Andrew Boyer. He was great. Rest in peace, Dr. Boyer. Remember, Kelly Ring recommended him.
Yep. Wherever Kelly goes, I go.
Yeah, so Kelly Ring had recommended Dr. Boyer. He ended up, he was also like the Steinbrenner's physician, and he, I think, ultimately closed his practice and became like a team doc for the Yankees, but he was great. So I go into his office, and I'm just dragging. I'm like, oh, man, I mean, I am lethargic. I felt like I weighed, 8 times my weight. I was just, every day was a struggle.
Well, it took a while for you to go. Like, at first you just kept saying, like, oh, I'm just, you think like you have a little cold or something, or you don't know what it is. And so you didn't go right away. It was like a month or 6 weeks before you went.
And I finally go to the doctor, and I'm like, man, I am just dragging. And it's been like this for a month. And he asks me questions. And then he says to me, I think I know what you have. And he said, this is kind of rare. I only see maybe one case every 5 years. And it was thyroiditis. And it wore me out. I was just tired and dragging. Thyroiditis is swelling, inflammation of the thyroid gland. It causes either unusually high or low levels of thyroid hormones in the blood. The thyroid is a butterfly-shaped gland in the neck. It produces, anyway, blah, 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 growth and metabolism. And it just wore me out. And he said, I think you have it. I went through tests. They confirmed that's what I had. And he said, listen, you might be like this for 6 more months or so. Mm-hmm. And luckily, the total was about 4 months. And then I just started feeling better. Yeah. And there's no treatment for it. I couldn't take anything.
No medicine at all?
We were on vacation on the Alaskan cruise, and you couldn't even leave the cabin. You were like, Michelle, I'm just so tired. I can't even, you're like, I can't move. And I never saw you like that. You've always been like, the most energetic person I've ever known. Jumping out and doing, you pop out of bed like a firecracker, like up and ready to go. And
I did the show this is back in 2003 or so, and I came in. I never told you guys that I was dragging, and I felt like just lethargic sack of crap.
Yeah.
Well,
yep.
But so
and it came and went, and boom, I haven't had a bout since, and hopefully I never get it again. And now Fester has his myasthenia gravis coming back.
So. Yeah, so I mean, this is a sucky week for me personally because Wednesday's the RV show. I know. If I don't feel I hate to miss that.
No, you don't want to miss that.
No,
I mean, you could make a good chunk of change.
Listen, I'll sit out there with crutches.
Fester.
Yeah, baby.
Don't you feel a migraine coming on for tomorrow or Wednesday?
I'll tell you what. Listen, Michelle, I got to come in here and make semi-good jokes for a couple hours, and then I'm sleeping all day today and tomorrow. So
hey, quickly before I go.
What?
I liked it. I liked the movie from Friday night. You did not?
What movie?
Oh, I guess so. If you don't even remember the name of the movie.
Michelle, the movie we watched on Friday night.
Ugh.
You didn't like it?
No, I
What's
didn't.
the name of it?
I looked it up, so I know. I forgot the name of the movie. I knew what it was about. I liked it. It was just different. And
first of all, I don't like that actor, and you know that. He's annoying.
It's the guy that played Mark Zuckerberg in the.
It's just a repeated kind of sci-fi horror theme that I'm like done watching. Right?
We watched a movie called Vivarium. Vivarium.
I don't like to watch movies with the IUM at the end of it.
Name another one.
Yeah, give me another movie.
I think there is one like Delirium or something like that. Not that they don't appeal to me at all.
I don't like movies that end in IUM. What the hell is that?
Live by that rule, and you'll pick some good ones, Michelle. Don't let him do it to you again.
The actor that Michelle does not like is that Jesse Eisenberg guy. Is that his name?
Yeah, that's him.
He was in The Network or The
he's
Social.
A jerk. He's a jerk in real life. Good instincts, Michelle.
Is he really?
Yeah, I saw some interviews he did with on press junkets, and he just was like berating. So, yeah, he's kind of. I mean, maybe it was a bad moment for him, but I think he's a jerk in real life.
Now, Vivarium, it's kind of a sci-fi horror kind of deal where they go to an office for a company that is selling homes. And, they get the model homes in the place. Yeah. And then the sales guy takes them out to the neighborhood, and there are like hundreds and hundreds of houses. They all look the same. They're cookie cutter houses. And then... I don't want to give too much away.
I'm not going to watch Vivarium. Give it away.
They're trapped in this neighborhood and they can't get out. I really thought it was just different and interesting, and I liked it. Michelle did not.
So it's like a D.R. Horton or Lennar nightmare?
Is that what it is? It's a U.S. Homes nightmare.
I'm sure they're fine builders, but it's like being stuck in that.
It's Lennar.
Yeah, you got it, Fester.
Yeah, a Pulte nightmare.
You got to take a look. I like the movie. Again, I give it a thumbs up. I'm like, it's worth it. Are you booing me?
Yeah.
Is it scary?
Okay.
No.
Are there sex scenes?
No.
Yeah. Oh, there is. There's one.
One. Boo.
Boo. Boo. Speaking of sex scenes, I do have one more comment about the movie, but I have a movie, Aquarium, that I'd like to recommend.
Aquarium.
Only got 5 out of 10 on IMDb, but it's a horror movie as well.
Another movie that ends in IUM.
An aquarium.
I think they are. I think that's.
Michelle.
Did you like the beard sex scenes? Speaking of sex scenes, did you like the beard gone, shaved?
Oh yeah. What about I revealed at 7:30 about an hour ago that I shaved the beard.
Hold on.
You were just gonna trim it up, and then next thing I know, it's all gone. I don't know. Look up the word, the definition for trim.
Yeah,
Michelle, did you hear how Roxanne put that together? Speaking of sex scenes, how do you like the beard being gone?
I had a little trim this weekend.
Okay. All right.
Listen, I took the beard off prior to going to Roca on Saturday night.
Yep.
All right.
Hi.
I will. I'll see you in a bit.
Here you go.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So Fester's like running the trailer over and over again for Vivarium.
It's on loop.
Yeah, hang on. Is there? Take the audio off. Is there any?
It's creepy.
Yeah. See, they're just driving through the neighborhood, and again, all the houses are like that hospital green. You know, the hospital wall green from like the 1960s and 70s. Do they talk at all in this trailer?
No.
It says a nerve-jangling... Anyway, I recommend it. So, Vivarium, and if you can stand the movie that ends in IUM...
unlike Roxanne.
Unlike Roxanne, Vivarium, Vivarium or Vivarium, and I think it's worth it. Mega Millions, $1.35 billion jackpot winner
from the most forgettable state in the union.
Oh, I like Maine.
I'm not saying anything bad about Maine, but it's like the extra state. It's way up there. Nobody ever thinks about it. Ugh.
Maine scored its first Mega Millions jackpot, I guess, ever. Friday the 13th. $1.35 billion grand prize was the last estimate I saw. Numbers 30, 43, 45, 46. You know what's interesting is the non-winner on Tuesday, you had like a numerical alliteration, like it was like 14, 15, 16 or something.
Yeah, all
those
low
were
numbers.
Those were low numbers, and then this one is high. This one, the numbers were 30, 43, 45, 46, 61, and the mega ball was a 14. But the winning ticket was sold. We gotta look this up. The winning ticket was sold at Hometown Gas and Grill in Lebanon, Maine. Yeah, according to the Maine State Lottery. One ticket. It's like a convenience store, like mobile gas station. And Fester, go do a search for this place. Let's call them up. Lebanon, Maine.
Hometown Gas and Grill. Here's their Facebook page. It's also an Exxon station.
Yeah, it was like or mobile. I'm sorry, it's a mobile station.
All right.
Well, Exxon Mobil, same company. All right, go back. Let's dial them up. Let's see if we can call the store. Hang on. I have no idea what's going to happen, whether it'll pick up. All right, 1-207 339 2100. All right, let me ring this thing. Oh,
yeah, they're getting more calls today than they ever have in their whole life.
Oh. Does this phone have a redial?
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not. They probably just took the phone off the hook.
So I'm looking at the map of this little town.
Where the hell is it?
It's really close to New Hampshire on 202, if that makes sense to you.
Well, zoom out a little bit. See if I've been through there. You know what? I have not been. No, I don't think I've been there. I don't think I've been in that area. But one ticket, $1.35 billion. Some Maine Yahoo just scored. I mean,
wow.
You imagine that? The odds, 1 in 302,600,000.
Whoa.
The odds of winning. And then there was some go to the Mega Millions website,
sure,
because I believe we had some $1 million winners here in Florida. And I believe the website will the website
it'll break it down by state.
Yeah.
View all winners.
Yeah. So go back to
Oh crap.
Go back to all right, so here we go. Just stop right there. All right, jackpot winner was 1 ticket in Maine, and then the match 5 winners, 2 winners in California, 1 in Florida, 1 in Illinois, Kansas, Kentucky, Missouri, North Carolina, 4 in New York, 1 in Pennsylvania, 1 in Texas. And now the new Mega Millions jackpot rolls back to a paltry, not even worth my time of even thinking about it.
No.
$20 million.
I don't care about $20 million.
Boo! As Michelle would say.
I don't get out of bed for any lottery under like $750.
No?
That's my number. It used to be $500 million. Now it's $750.
Speaking of money, did you see the latest on Lisa Marie Presley?
I saw her brother's shocked.
Well, I'm talking about monetarily.
Yeah, I mean,
there's some interesting things from a monetary
That was
standpoint.
the headline I read.
Roxanne, she's like, I saw her relatives were shocked. Yes, she died.
Those were the headlines I read. That's the
Did you
latest
say her
thing I
brother
saw.
was shocked?
Yeah, does she even have a brother? That doesn't make
does
sense.
she have a half brother?
I think
Well,
so.
didn't what's her face have other children? Priscilla?
Yeah.
So that would be Lisa Marie's half brother. Yeah.
All right. When we get back, there is an interesting little monetary. I thought it was a shocker. So we'll get to that next here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, let me go through we have a lot of stuff we got to get to. Got a sheriff's office that is asking people to get drunk and then help them with field sobriety test. Oh, you know who's back? The Gorilla Glue girl. Remember the lady that accidentally put the Gorilla Glue in her hair instead of like a moose?
Oh, what was her first name?
I got it right here.
What was it?
Hold on. I'll get it. I'll get it
Tamanda or something?
Right after the break. Hold on. Right after the break. When we get back, Gorilla Glue Girl is back, and you're not going to believe what she's doing. Roxanne, did you ever have ponytails?
Yeah.
Or
course.
like, I don't even know what your hair. I didn't even know how long your hair is. I got to look at you.
It's pretty long.
All right, but do you ever wear a ponytail now?
Not really. No.
All right, I got a ponytail story you gotta hear. All right, so I'm just looking at my. Oh, and guess what? Facial recognition strikes again up at Madison Square Garden. Yeah. All right, and then
They have that down to a science.
And I tell you what, I saw that airplane crash video. That is horrific. The one from Nepal. But then there was almost a near miss, and people were shaken up at JFK up in New York on a Delta flight. All right, hold on. I got a lot of stuff next. Don't move. We're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Again, want to welcome That the song from U2, Pride in the Name of Love, is about Martin Luther King Jr. And, of course, today, the federal observation. He would have been 94 years old yesterday. And, not out of the question that he still could have been with us at 94. We were talking earlier about, hey, Bob Barker's 99. I mean, Betty White, she lived to 99. But Prince Philip, he almost cracked the hundy. Didn't quite make it. But yesterday was MLK's actual birthday. And today, of course, the federal observation. Hey, back to the Mega Millions. And I mentioned this on the intro of the song, that I had the story in my pile. I just didn't get to it. That one of the $1 million tickets, remember I said there was a winning ticket sold in Florida?
Yeah.
One of the $1 million tickets. Can you imagine being that close? Now, no one's going to sneeze at winning $1 million, but the difference between winning $1 million and then after taxes, having that virtually sliced in half. But the difference between winning $1 million and $1.35 billion, I mean, come on. But there was a $1 million ticket that was sold at the Wawa on Walsingham in Largo.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
Yeah. So there were 14 $1 million prizes across a number of states, which we mentioned a little bit earlier. But one of the $1 million tickets, the Florida one, was sold at Wawa at 12750 Walsingham Road right here in Largo. So congratulations to whoever won that. But can you imagine? You're that close.
Just so close.
One number off from winning the $1.35 billion.
That's amazing.
Congrats to whoever the Largo winner is. Hey, maybe it's Coop, our old producer. Doesn't he live in Largo?
No, he doesn't live that far out. He lives like in Larghetto, Largo. He doesn't live out in a nice Walsingham area.
Gotcha. What is it? You sent me an email about Bay News 9 did a story?
Yeah, I just sent that to you. That was just from a texter this morning. And they said Bay News 9 is talking about the Tampa Trader Joe's parking lot that MJ always talks about. And
hey, go to the Bay News 9 website. See if they have a story up. I've been bitching and moaning and complaining. Now, I like Trader Joe's. Let me be very clear. I was never into Trader Joe's. I didn't get Trader Joe's at all until
you got it.
I got Trader Joe's. And I'm good for there were 12 items. You know what I need to do one day? Because there are I'm sure there's a ton of hidden gems in that store that I'm not even aware of.
You need to go there with an
hour. I bought some baked beans. They're the size of chihuahuas. No, I'm serious. They have
Is that what you want in a baked bean?
Well,
it was different.
They were just interesting in like a tomatoey barbecue sauce. It was just they just have weird, interesting things. And you know what? I always go. It's a destination for me because I have the certain things at Trader Joe's that I like. I like the whole raw, unsalted, unroasted cashews, 1 pound bag. I like the hybrid cauliflower stalks. It's kind of like broccoli stalks, but it's cauliflower. In a bag. I like those. I like the English peas. Love those.
Okay.
What else?
Have you had the cookie butter? Have you had the cookie butter?
I have not.
Oh,
I buy, what else I like at Trader Joe's? I like the Crown Prince smoked oysters.
Ooh.
Yep. And I used to get them from Amazon, but Amazon jammed up the price, and then I discovered that Trader Joe's has them, and Trader Joe's price is still the same. What else do I like? There's in the frozen section, we like, and Julian loves it. I turned Julian onto this, and he loves it. He wouldn't touch it, and then he tried one, and now he eats more than I do when he's home. I love the Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchi. Have you had that?
No, but I've heard you speak about it.
Oh, man. I take the cauliflower gnocchi at Trader Joe's. I'll take their English peas, and I'll take the broccoli, and I will make a gnocchi, cauliflower gnocchi with the actual vegetables in there, olive oil, salt and pepper, and then I grate some
Parmesan,
some Romano, some locatelli or something, or Parmesan, and some Sarvecchio or the stuff.
Okay, you have me sold.
It's fantastic. So there are things that I really like about Trader Joe's. I'm a fan. I'm a Trader Joe's fan.
All right, but parking situation.
The parking situation is a freaking nightmare. And I've always said, how the hell did that Trader Joe's get zoned there? I don't know how they got zoned. I can't believe they remotely have enough parking spaces according to code. But the traffic situation, when they're busy, man, the traffic gets backed up all the way down Swan into like the neighborhood. Then you have traffic that backs up onto Dale Mabry. You can't get by. If you're not even going to Trader Joe's, sometimes you have a hard time just getting, to and from on Swan.
It's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
It is. So I've been talking about this for a long time. I want to know, who got paid off. I want who got in the city of Tampa, who got their palms greased? And I've been asking this for a long, long time.
I don't even care who got greased. I just want to know who got greased.
All I know is when I built my house, like the code things. Oh no, your fence can't be this or that. And, this is too. I mean, the building code stuff. When I was building a house, I mean, they're all over my ass. And then the Trader Joe's gets zoned. Oh, man, your eye is really drooping right now, Fester.
Well, it's what it does.
I know. With Fester's myasthenia gravis coming back after it was in remission for years. So I don't know how that Trader Joe's in South Tampa at Dale Mabry and Swan, I have no idea how the hell that thing got zoned. So
right.
I would like, there needs to, so I brought this up on the show numerous times.
The store has been there like 10 years, right?
I don't know if it's been there that long yet, but Roxanne, you got a text this morning on our text line. Mm-hmm. And folks, you can call us anytime at 800-990-1047, or you can text us 800-990-1047. And Roxanne printed out this text. Bay News 9 is talking about the Tampa Trader Joe's parking lot that MJ always talks about. He always says someone was paid off to zone the store. They said it was originally zoned for a gym. So I don't know what the story is on why Bay News 9 was doing, unless a lot of the news channels they hear us talk about things, and it's usually once or twice a week that one of the TV stations finds a story from us.
I don't see a written story on BayNews9.com, but it's been running on their cycle, their news cycle.
Yeah. All right.
Their news regurgitation cycle.
I'll have to set the DVR. I think I can do it remotely. My app or something. And maybe I want to see the story. But I've been complaining about that for a long time. Because I've sat in traffic, and I'm not going to the store, but I'm on Swan. And what?
Oh.
What?
I just got the picture.
What?
Today's a big day.
What? Oh. Is Hadley getting braces?
She got her braces on today.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
They
hold
look
on.
great.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning. What time did she get her
I think
braces
she
on?
had like an 8 o'clock appointment or a 7:45 appointment today.
Wow.
And they got her in today because there's no school today.
What's that costing you?
I think like $6,000.
Yeah.
It's like soup to nuts.
Yeah, I think it's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
how many RV commissions is that?
I mean, it depends what you do. I mean, you get the right one, it's half a one.
Yeah.
Come on. If I miss this RV show, it's really going to hurt.
Hey, if anyone knows, seriously, if anyone listening knows any inside on how the South Tampa Trader Joe's got zoned there, if anyone has any inside poop or scoop or any dope on that deal.
Give us an anonymous tip if you want to.
No, just call us up, 800-990-1047.
Hey, hold on. What kind of tip, Roxanne?
I put an extra N in there.
Okay.
Anonymous.
800-990-1047. If anyone has any inside information on the Trader Joe's deal and how that store actually got zoned for that location when clearly the traffic gets all jammed up, the parking lot's not big enough. It's just a mess. It's a total mess. But I love the store. I like Trader Joe's. It just shouldn't be in that location. All right, if anyone knows or if anyone wants to comment, 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047. Lisa Marie Presley. Some of her financial issues have, I guess, started to come out.
What issues does she have? I
Well-
mean, she's like the sole heir to the king.
Oh, how about this? How about Lisa Marie Presley owed more than $1 million in taxes at the time that she died last week?
Ooh.
And she had listen to this. What financial? I got tons of stuff. All right, Lisa Marie Presley also squandered an estimated $100 million through a series of ruinous business decisions and investments. Yep, the only daughter of Elvis died Thursday after suffering cardiac arrest. You know, when you go back, and I did not see her originally on the red carpet at the Golden Globes, but on Tuesday night. But when you go back and look at the video, and we played the audio from, was it Billy Bush interviewing her?
Mm-hmm.
She was not looking good. I mean, I know that hindsight is 20/20, but she looked terrible, which clearly something was going on prior to her actually, dropping dead on Thursday. But then we learned that she owed the IRS $1 million, squandered an estimated $100 million. Legal documents obtained by the blast show that 54-year-old Lisa Marie Presley declared to have just $95,000 in cash and $714,000 worth of stocks, bonds, and other assets. Was that all she had? Where does, Elvis's estate makes a fortune every year. It's like one of those stories where Elvis makes more money dead than when he was alive, I think.
He's like one of the top producers.
It's like Michael Jackson.
Dead stars.
Michael Jackson's making more money now that he's dead than being alive.
So is this a spending issue or is this a mismanagement issue? It sounds like mismanagement.
A little bit of everything.
Not paying your taxes.
But also she had $92,000 in monthly spending. Spending $92,000 a month. That's a lot of money.
That's about where I would have put her. $1 million a year.
I'm spending $92 a month.
So, is she the sole
benefactor? I believe that she was ultimately, I think she was the sole heir. Yeah, Andrew.
She'd come before his wife?
Well, they were divorced at the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lisa Marie declared $104,000 in monthly earnings from Elvis Presley Enterprises, a company in which she had a 15% stake in Elvis Presley Enterprises.
So Elvis Presley makes about $23 million a year dead.
Right. She also stated that she was making $4,361 a month as an employee of Graceland.
Yeah, everybody's on the books.
Court documents also reveal Lisa Marie's monthly outgoings were enormous and that she was unable to save almost any of her income. The mom of four said that she had a whopping $92,000 in total monthly expenses, including $23,500 for rent, $1,708 for payments on a Maserati sports car.
How much?
The grim financial situation signified a downfall. She inherited an estimated $100 million fortune from her father. On February 1st, 93, her 25th birthday, Lisa Marie was bequeathed Elvis Presley Enterprises, a business that had been held in trust for her following her famous father's death in 1977. At the time of Elvis's untimely death, his estate was in dire financial straits because Elvis totally mismanaged. Plus, didn't that Colonel Tom Parker, didn't he rip Elvis off every which way?
Yeah, he did. Elvis didn't know anything about managing money. He knew about singing songs.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
In the ghetto.
Elvis was a poor kid from Mississippi.
Blue
he was no businessman.
Yeah, he walked into Sun Records and
shook his hips and
that was it.
Yeah, Graceland was turned into a tourist attraction. By 93, the estate was said to be worth $100 million.
You ever go to Graceland?
I was. I have been.
I went to Graceland once.
Elvis Presley follows me on Twitter.
Does he really?
Yeah.
From heaven.
I went to the Graceland parking lot, and it was such a dump. I turned around and left.
No, I was cool.
Was it?
I love seeing the shag carpet and he had a TV entertainment wall with the old, the clickers that actually went click, click, click.
Yeah,
Remember
right?
the Zenith Space Command clickers?
That was high technology back at the time.
Absolutely. But not in great financial shape. And physically, she just looked really bad. I mean, such a sad story. 54 years old. Rest in peace. And then the news came out that she will be buried at Graceland. And she'll be buried next to her son, Benjamin Keogh, who took his own life at 20 years of age.
Is the whole family going to be buried at Graceland?
I would imagine.
Is Priscilla going to be planted there someday?
Priscilla's like 77. I don't know. And she apparently died after second cardiac arrest, and the family signed a do not resuscitate, a DNR. But just a terrible, tragic story. And then now to find out that she had all kinds of expenses and not a whole lot of money, and just
I mean, when you're her age,
squandering $100 million.
when you're her age, you're not planning to die.
Not at 54.
No.
So, it's like the Elvis Presley curse deal that you hear people talk about.
Yeah, but she gets a check every month. I mean, if I knew I was going to get $200,000 every month, I'd probably burn through it every month too.
A couple of videos I want to mention here. Did you see the footage of that little toddler playing with a gun outside an apartment complex apartment door?
That's how they started off the show Saturday night.
Oh, my God. Now, do you watch the show?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I have not. I used to set the DVR when Live PD was on A&E. And then there was that whole fallout after the George Floyd thing, and I thought that people got a little too sensitive. I didn't think that Live PD and cops need to be canceled, but they were.
Yeah.
And I thought that was way overboard, and I thought it was an overreaction. But Live PD went off the air on A&E, and it was A&E's top-rated show. Nothing on A&E came close to the numbers they were pulling in on Live PD. And that's Dan Abrams, the former ABC legal analyst, and also he owns Mediaite and a bunch of other websites. And Dan Abrams, he does a great job. I like Dan Abrams. And he did Live PD, but then it was off the air. It got picked up by, what's the new, I don't even know what network.
Reels.
So on Reels.
Yes.
REELZ.
Correct.
Okay. And I knew they're back. I just haven't seen it. I did watch the clip, though, because the news story about this toddler playing with a gun and even pulling the trigger, it was captured by a security cam. And it looked like it was like a second floor of an apartment complex. And there's this toddler. And Fester, have you seen the video?
I have not.
I can't watch it.
I have not watched Live PD or what's it called now? On Patrol Live?
Yeah, it's called On Patrol Live. And the video was on this past Saturday night's edition of On Patrol Live. And it happened in Beech Grove, Indiana. Cops were called to an apartment complex after a neighbor said that he saw a child waving the gun in a hallway. And then home surveillance footage from the neighbor confirmed that the toddler in a diaper was waving a gun and pulling the trigger several times, including pointing the gun at himself. The gun was loaded, but there was no bullet in the chamber. So apparently there were rounds in the magazine, but there was not a chambered round. Oh, my God. This could have been... it is stunning, startling video. Could you put the link up on our website, Andrew?
It's already up on videos we talked about.
All right. If you go to mjmorningshow.com, go to mjmorningshow.com and look at the top of the page for videos mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. Click on that, and then you can see this. It's crazy. That is out of control. The other video, which... people started sending this to me like right away over the weekend. And, my audience, whether it's email, whether it's sending me a Twitter message or Instagram message, I really appreciate, our audience because they're on top of things. I get great material. People send me stuff all the time. You can email me, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Any inside tip, hot gossip, you got something I need to know about, just send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. It's my private personal email. I'm the only one that sees it, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Or send me a DM on Instagram or Twitter, whatever. And I start getting these links to videos, or people are sending me other tweets about the plane crash in Nepal.
Oh, another video I could not watch. Doug was trying to show it to me, and I'm like, no, I can't
There
look
were
at that.
two videos. One was outside somebody's house, and you can see the plane begin to tilt toward the ground in Nepal. It was an ATR 72, which I was just recently on an ATR 42, which so is it
a propeller plane?
Yeah, it's a prop plane. Like I was just on an ATR 42, which it's a great airplane. I flew Silver Airways, remember, over to Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
And I thought Silver was great. We had a great experience on Silver Air. The plane was like 1 year old. It's a brand new ATR. It's a kind of a workhorse prop plane. It's a very safe airplane. I just want to make sure that they're de-iced in the wintertime, but it's a great airplane. And this plane took a roll to the left and crashed into the ground. So there's video from outside someone's house. You don't actually see the crash. You can see the plane begin to tilt, and then the camera points at the ground, but then you hear an explosion in the background. But the other video is purportedly a guy was Facebook living. He was streaming.
What?
He was streaming from the airplane as they were getting ready to land. And allegedly, I've seen it in numerous places, the guy captured the plane crash on the live stream. It is one of the most horrific things I've seen in a long, long time. And I don't want to post that. Listen, if you want to seek it out, but I'm just saying it because that's been floating around. And I believe it to be real because other media outlets have talked about it and printed. TMZ had it up on their website at tmz.com. And can you imagine the guy's holding his phone? He's in the airplane. You got a cell signal from the ground, and you're streaming live what you think is going to be a regular landing, and then you capture the plane crashing. It's horrific. And the phone goes flying but stays connected, and you can see just people yelling, and you can hear the crashing. It was unbelievable. One of the most chilling things and horrifying things I've seen in a long time, and it is floating around out there, and there are stories written. Now, one other airplane item here, and I guess everybody was so jarred they canceled the flight. We almost had a pretty serious issue at JFK up in New York on Friday the 13th.
Ugh.
2 planes were involved in a near-miss collision at JFK when one plane crossed the runway as one was about to take off. FAA says it happened around 8:45 p.m. on Friday the 13th, just over the weekend. Crew noticed an American Airlines jet crossing the runway from an adjacent taxiway just as the Delta flight was about to take off. And the Delta pilot slammed on the brakes in order to avoid a collision. The Delta jet had over 150 people. The plane stopped just 1,000 feet from the American Airlines aircraft. And listen, in airplane speed, 1,000 feet goes by when you're at takeoff speed and you're about to call out V1 and rotate to pull back the yoke or the joystick and take off. 1,000 feet is nothing.
That was like 3 football fields? It's not an enormous amount of distance.
Nope.
So whose fault is this?
It was the American Airlines jet crossed. So the Delta pilot slammed on the brakes, and people on the Delta jet were screaming they had no idea what was going on. And luckily, the plane avoided the American Airlines. The takeoff was aborted after air traffic controllers noticed the other jet was crossing the runway right in front of the Delta Airlines plane.
Jeez.
No one was hurt, but Delta passengers were shaken up. It was Delta from JFK to the Dominican Republic, and Delta canceled the flight. They went back to the gate.
They were that shaken up.
Apparently, everyone was so rattled, and I don't know whether they were concerned about maybe the brakes on the plane, but they went back to the gate. It was Delta flight 1943. Delta 1943 went back to the gate. 145 passengers and 6 crew were ordered off the plane.
So that's not air traffic control's fault?
Well, again, we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know yet whether a controller or, guy in the tower or person in the tower, we don't know if they sent the American Airlines jet across the active runway from the taxiway inadvertently, or whether the American Airlines pilot wasn't following instructions and crossed the active runway.
Hey, I got a flight this weekend. Can we do any more scary airline stories between now and Saturday?
Sorry. Where are you going?
Just Miami.
Are you going to miss the show?
No.
Okay.
No.
After the show?
Yeah.
Why are you going to Miami? Oh, let me guess. Derek Jeter related?
Usually. When in Rome.
Of course. Oh, we're
When in
traveling.
Miami.
It's got to be Derek Jeter and Dig Dug related. Why? What's in Miami?
He wants to go shopping for Nikes, and
Yeah.
Doug has to go with him.
No, we're going to go down there,
Carry-
and then Doug's
carry
gonna
my bags.
stay. Yeah.
Carry my. Why? No, really. Why are you going to
No,
Miami?
we're going to go go hang out for the weekend, and then Doug has to stay and do something golf related on Monday.
right.
So.
But what a shocker. You're traveling, and of course, it's. Have you ever done any traveling without it being Derek Jeter related? I don't think so. Look, notice the silence speaks volumes here.
Yes.
Doug.
We did.
What?
We went over. I actually kind of brought that point up to him one time recently.
We went to
Isn't that
Brandon
something
last
yours?
weekend.
Yeah, we did. We went to Largo.
Went to
I
Largo.
kid you not.
and
He took me to Largo over New Year's Eve.
And Derek Jeter was
Yeah.
not involved in that.
I said I didn't involve Derek, but I said, Doug, we never take any trips by ourselves. It's always us and our friends. And so New Year's Eve, he took me to our Airbnb in Largo.
So American Airlines did not respond for comment. The American Airlines flight was headed to London Heathrow, flight 106, which I'm guessing that was probably a wide body. If I go to my flight aware real quick, or my flight radar 24.
I'm sure it's a big plane making that big trip over the ocean.
Yeah, so JFK, Heathrow.
We'll take your word for
Hang
it.
on, I want to see what kind of plane it was.
I believe you. I mean, I'm sure you're pretty close.
What did I say? It was flight 106.
You're not that far off.
No, I want to know what kind of plane it is. You heard it is American Airlines flight 106. And Friday the 13th. Oh, they took off, by the way. The American Airlines flight that caused all the problems, they took off.
Oh, yeah, they're not going to waste time.
Delta flight, it was a 777-200.
Whoa.
Yeah, big airplane. And then the Delta flight, I can look that up, probably a 737 or a Airbus 320 or 321 or something. All right, quick break. Let me take a quickie here, and, man, we have so much more to do. I mentioned about the Sheriff's Department looking for drunk people. Gorilla Glue Girl. I didn't get to that yet. We got just a lot of ground to cover. When we get back, don't move. That's right. The Gorilla Glue Girl is back. The one that, put the instead of, what was she looking for? She was looking for, like hair gel or something, and she used Gorilla Glue instead, and she caused, this fiberglass helmet on her head that had to be removed by a plastic surgeon.
And then she wrote that great song.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about her musical debut.
I think we have it in the computer. We ought to dig that out.
My hair.
All right. That's right.
Yeah.
My quick break here, or back in minutes with the, man, look at the time, 9:23. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show on a Monday next here on Q105. Don't move. MJ Morning Show, Q105, 934, final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Monday. Don't forget, I don't know how you can forget, but the Bucks will play the Cowboys tonight at Ray J. Kickoff is that a true 8:15?
Yeah, because
is that a real deal 8:15?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
All right. And I think the Bucks will win. We sort of took a little survey in the room today. I think we all believe the Bucks will win tonight.
I mean, what do we know? We're just a bunch of football honks. I mean, go to any Dallas morning show and they're like, oh, the Cowboys are going to smear them. We're just a bunch of homers. That's all we are.
Well, Brady is 7-0 against the Cowboys, career record.
Yes. He's never lost to the Dallas Cowboys as a Patriot or a Buccaneer. He beat them first game of the year this year. So we'll see what happens.
All right.
Go get them, guys.
Either win tonight or go home, right? But they will be home. So they wouldn't actually have to go home. And I got a kick out of this, and I mentioned this earlier in the show, that Fox 13 at 10 o'clock last night had a whole story about, traffic is going to be bad near the stadium. It's like, duh. I mean,
and earlier Fester corrected me on something, and because I said, well, the reason they're doing stories like that is because people are continuously moving to our Tampa Bay area.
And I said it sounds like a bunch of realtor jibber jabber.
Hooey, jibber jabber, yes. And I received a text that said that they just did a story in the Sarasota Tribune that like 1,200 or 1,300 people are moving to Florida every single day.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's the other laziest news reporter story ever. Besides the traffic at a Bucks game, a bunch of people are moving to the state. Come on, guys.
Well, people...
How is that a lazy story? That's good information.
But
it's going to be hot today.
But increasingly, Florida's getting more population growth because people are getting fed up with some of the issues up north. I mean, the people of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, a lot of folks from the Northeast are fleeing. A lot of people are fleeing California as well. Texas and New Mexico and Colorado. And I think Idaho is getting a lot of Californians as well.
Yeah, and it's ruining Idaho. Idahoans are pissed.
Even the potato company, the tater tots, are angry. But seriously, New York and California are having massive amounts of population fleeing to get the hell out. Onerous government, high taxes, all kinds of stuff.
If the Buccaneers win tonight,
yes,
they will play the San Francisco 49ers next week.
If the Bucks win tonight, they'll play the Niners next week.
Essentially, whoever the winner is, Cowboys or the Bucks, they play the 49ers.
All right, so I'm going to be very positive. I'm going to say that it'll be 49ers Bucks next week.
Good.
And that'll be next Sunday, right?
Yes, that's the late game, the 6:30 game.
Yep. All right, that's what I'm going with.
Love your positivity.
Speaking of the Bucks, did you see that the Bucks rank high on bandwagon fans?
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nature of our sports market in Tampa Bay, don't you think, a bit?
NJ.bet, which is a casino and online betting platform online, they did a survey and asked NFL fans which teams had the biggest bandwagon fans. And Buccaneers fans, number 4 on the list, and it's only because of...
Tom Brady.
Shady Brady.
That's right.
Now, my wife called him Shady Brady because of remember the whole Deflate Gate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back when he was with the Patriots and the whole deflation of the footballs, and that's when my wife started calling him Shady Brady. Still calls him Shady Brady.
Listen.
And, again, we mentioned this numerous times over the last couple of weeks, mentioned it again this morning. Roxanne, and you've been following this, that the rumors are heating up again that Brady will continue next year in the NFL, but just not with the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm. So what they're looking at right now is Oakland. The Raiders.
No, not Las
Oakland.
Vegas.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he's going to play for John Madden in Oakland.
It's still the Raiders. They happen to be in Las Vegas now and not Oakland.
Well, I'm just going back to my sports reporter days, and the team was in Oakland back then. That was a while ago. The Las Vegas Raiders are planning to pursue him with great vigor over the offseason.
Phenomenal. Remember this?
Mm-hmm.
I love this. This is Tessica.
Yeah, that's her name, Tessica.
It don't move my hair. It don't move my hair. Come on. It don't move my hair. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move my hair. It went in a panic. When I ran out, I had a problem. I had to use Gorilla Glue just to solve it. Moving from silky to solid. Tried to wash it with everything I could think of, but nothing was making progress. I was sobbing what to do. Couldn't comb my brush, it had me feeling like a fool. I tried to use a shot that was an epic fail too. I washed it like a dozen times, and super getting through. And my hair, it won't move. My hair, it don't move my hair.
So that's Tessica Brown.
I don't hate that song.
I love her.
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
She's the woman that accidentally put Gorilla Glue in her hair, and it caused like a helmet, like a fiberglass boat coating, and they had to like chisel it off. Or actually, some plastic surgeon in L.A. came up with a solution to get it off.
I think essentially he softened it and then shaved her head.
I think he used like dynamite.
What's she doing now?
Well, she's back in the news. There's a new show coming to TV, TV's Worst Cooks. Worst Cooks in America. Have you seen this?
I've seen episodes of it, but I haven't seen the one with Tessica on
I've
it.
never seen it, but I guess it's on the Food Network.
Yeah.
And Gorilla Glue Girl has survived the first 2 rounds of Worst Cooks in America.
Is that a compliment?
I don't know. I don't know how the show works. I mean, do they kick off the worst cooks, or if you're the worst cook, do you get to stay?
I mean, this tastes like crap. Congratulations.
I want to learn how to cook because my grandma always said the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I want a ring. She said on TV. Though judges could barely stomach her signature dish of shrimp linguine, fried cod, and glazed asparagus, Brown impressed them with a plant-based meal the following week. She's now a few hairs closer to a $25,000 prize.
Good for her.
Wow.
I wish her nothing but good things.
Back in 2021, she was hospitalized because the glue that she put in her hair, she thought it was like a hair product, and she ended up putting Gorilla Glue in her hair, and it like caused this helmet shell, and she couldn't get it out. And she has the title of the worst hair disaster. And I guess this TV show on Food Network, the worst, what is it called? The worst
cooks
in America.
All right. So you are a fan of the gram, MJ.
I'm a fan of what?
Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
I play a little private game.
Yeah, what's that?
Where I always like to compare odd celebrities' Instagram followers to yours.
Okay.
You are a little over 11,000, like 11,500.
I have 11,400 Instagram. Okay. So, folks, help me get to 29,000 today.
Yeah.
Give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram.
Wait,
Go
what
ahead.
are you trying to get to? 29?
I want to hit 29,000 today.
Okay.
All you need is to have Alec Baldwin say to follow you.
Yes.
Please follow MJ. This is Alec Baldwin. Please follow MJ.
You know, your birthday is coming up, MJ.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my God.
Right.
What if you started just a selfless, self-absorbed, pleading birthday campaign for a gift?
Please, all I want for birthday is 29,000 followers.
Okay.
No. Anyway.
Would you care to guess how many followers Tessica has?
Well, you just scroll down. I see it. It's 551,000. And she's verified. I do a radio show in the public service. I do the best hurricane coverage in the market, and I can't get verified by Instagram. And she puts glue in her freaking hair, and she's got a verified check mark on Instagram. What the hell's going on here? Anyway, so I watched like the trailer, and it looks pretty contrived. Like, you know, all the things that go wrong in the kitchen, and it's, oh my God, and then you see smoke, and then a KitchenAid mixer falls over on the floor and smashes, and it looks like a really contrived show.
The KitchenAid people have to be pissed. I mean, they build a sturdy, stable appliance.
All right, Sheriff's Office in Missouri is asking for drunk people to help train their officers for field sobriety tests.
I saw that would be fun.
Well, you kind of just stepped all over what I was.
So, I got excited.
Just wait for my sentence to finish. I don't know if people heard what I said. So the sheriff's office is asking drinkers to help train officers for field sobriety tests. Now, I don't think they want you driving, but a sheriff's office in Missouri had an overwhelming response asking for alcohol drinkers to assist as live subjects Jefferson County Sheriff's Office announced it needed 3 to 4 casual drinkers per day from Tuesday to Thursday to participate in its wet lab program.
Oh, my God, that's so amazing. How come this is the first time I'm hearing of this?
I don't know. I think it's great.
How is Sheriff Judd or Sheriff Chronister not have thought of this yet to help their deputies?
Maybe they do.
I want to be in the wet lab.
I would be in favor of getting drunk just to help the cops.
Hey, we didn't get to the Britney Spears meltdown. Do we know why? What do we know about this?
I don't think we have time to get into it.
Well, give me a couple of headlines. What do you know about it, Rox?
She had a meltdown somewhere publicly.
Yeah, she was in a restaurant.
In a restaurant, and then she went on. Then she went online, and she makes you feel even more worried that she's melting down because then she starts doing all these gestures and doing her usual dancing and weirdness. So looks like she had a meltdown in the in the restaurant, and then another one when she was back home.
All right. According to eyewitnesses, Whitney is now 41. She started talking gibberish, and then the guy she was with, her husband is Sam Asghari or whatever his name is.
I think it's Ask Gary.
Sam Asghari. This guy stormed out of the restaurant, according to TMZ, and this was in Woodland Hills. And then she can be seen on social media flipping off the camera, and she's having like another meltdown. What do we know? What's going on?
Supposedly, when she and Sam sat down in this Los Angeles restaurant, and patrons noticed that the famous couple promptly began snapping unwarranted photos and videos of the singer. So that triggered her, and that's what made her flip out.
She flipped out.
So she doesn't expect people to take pictures of her everywhere she goes.
I guess.
Hey, before we get out of here, Fester, and we got a lot to do tomorrow. There's so much I didn't even get to today.
Yes.
I want you to go to my Instagram quickly because during the last break, I went to the bathroom, and I'm washing my hands. And listen, take the volume, dude. Hold on. Just I'll take care of it. Hang on. I'll refresh one more time so I can get it from the beginning.
Refresh up here. 1, 2, 3.
Dude, I just take your hands off the computer. I got it. All right, so I'm refreshing. Listen to this.
Oh my God, she's gonna blow! Stand back! She's gonna blow! What the hell is going on here? It's like a jackhammer.
Is that how our plumbing sounds?
That is the water faucet. I'm washing my hands, and suddenly the water gets all staccato, and the water is like, it's like pulsing coming out, and it's making that noise.
Jackhammer!
The whole damn sink and counter is shaking while I have the hot water on.
Oh my God, she's gonna blow! Stand back! She's gonna blow!
What the heck is that? The video's up. I just took the video. It's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. What causes that? It's like violently shaking the bathroom. It's like it's going to blow up. Any ideas?
You know, of all the days for Froggy to not be here, he's the one with the plumbing background.
But he doesn't have any of it. He doesn't know any of it. His
he
family
knows
members
people.
do.
He has Uncle Nelson on speed dial.
Yeah, Uncle Nelson. Anyway, take a look at the video. If anyone is a plumber, what the hell? What's going on? What's causing our sink to violently shake and make like this jackhammer noise?
What the hell is going on here?
Some kind of blockage.
Yeah, the video is up. It's on my Instagram. And give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio. Anything else, guys, before we get out of here?
Happy Dr. King Day, and good luck, Bucks.
And go Bucks, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Lots of stuff at mjmorningshow.com. That's mjmorningshow.com. And let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105